Outstanding level of professional service. Give me a call or stop by, and I'll be glad to help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
CDR. Right there. KMP. Go. LMP. Go. CMIL. Essential personnel are to clear the controlled area for launch vehicle ordnance 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck and
welcome you to Farmington High School tonight, and thanks so much for joining us on KREI. Farmington hoping to have a happy homecoming this evening, but it'll be tough to do so as McCleur North comes to town. The Stars, a Class 6 ball club, and they are ranked number 9 in Class 6. The Farmington Knights also ranked 9th. They are in Class 4, though, so a tough challenge for Farmington. The Knights, though, have been impressive on the year, defeating the competition in sound fashion in all 4 games over Festus in the opener, and then the victory over North County just last week. Chad Speaker, and great to be joined by Luke Mell tonight. Perfect night for football, Luke. The stands are absolutely packed, and all that the folks are hoping for now is a happy homecoming afterward.
Oh, yeah. Got a few clouds rolling in right now, but the weather is great. The Farmington community has really came out in full force tonight to support the Knights.
Well, Farmington 4-0 on the year. McClure North 3-1. Their lone loss to Jefferson City, but what a victory they had over 9th-ranked Lafayette last week. 27-0. Lafayette's only loss on the year. Lafayette was actually the 9th-ranked team in the state in Class 6 before that loss, and then just to be replaced by McClure North. McClure North with a fine tradition, 7 straight trips to the state playoffs, and the trips to the finals and semis sprinkled in there as they've moved along. We're going to have the call of the game coming up, and we'll take a look at the numbers, the matchups. But next, we'll hear from Todd Vaughn, the head coach of the Farmington Knights. We'll do that in 1 minute right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Well, school has started, and before you know it, Christmas will be here. School jackets are still at the top of the Christmas gift list, so Hastings in Farmington is offering a layaway plan for $50 down and a monthly payment plan until Christmas. Jackets are available for all the area schools. You still treasure your school jacket, and your kids will too. Stop in or call them today. Hastings Unlimited on Karsh Boulevard in Farmington. It's never too early to start thinking about Christmas gift giving. 756-1515.
When it comes to collision repair on your vehicle, call Brad Wooten and the team at Crown Collision Center. For 9 straight years, Crown Collision Center has been ranked 3rd in the nation in customer satisfaction at 98%. Recognized by Motor Trend magazine, they perform all collision repairs on any make and model, foreign or domestic. All done by factory-trained certified technicians, and they're 5-star rated. State-of-the-art facility, and all work carries a written lifetime warranty. Call Brad Wooten for your collision repair at Crown Collision Center, 800-996-2566.
Todd Vaughn joining us now on our pregame show. Happy homecoming.
Yeah, it's been a fun day so far. It's been pretty enjoyable. It seems like it's lasted forever, so hopefully this next 50 minutes will go by fast. 7 o'clock can't get here soon enough for us.
That's the player's job, just come out and win a football game. How good is McClure North?
Well, I mean, they're an excellent football team. You know, you can honestly probably see these guys competing very, very deep in the playoffs in Class 6, and maybe even possibly representing this side of the state in Class 6. So, you know, they're good, they're talented, and should be a fun night. They're big and strong and talented, as you've told us. The one area, Coach, that when you look at the matchups, they have a couple of short corners. You have some tall wide receivers. Is that an area that you think you can take advantage of? Well, I mean, it's something we're going to do, but it's something we do all the time, so it's really not a change. But we like our guys out there, and we're going to give them the football. We're going to give them an opportunity to give football. What do you feel like is the one single most important thing to do to win tonight? 2 things. Offensively, we got to get first downs. First downs, and then defensively, we can't give up big plays. Have fun. Thank you. Todd Vaughn joining us on our pregame. Back with more after this.
All the fun's happening right now. Not for you, it's not payday, but it can be. Through the end of September, all new customers of AAA Check Advance receive their first loan for free, no interest. Hi, I'm Cricket with AAA Check Advance in Farmington, and Jefferson County see Jennifer in Crystal City. Good credit, bad credit, no worries. Approval takes only seconds. Come in or apply online at AAACheckAdvance.com when you need cash now. That's AAA Check Advance in Farmington and Crystal City.
Hi, this is Jeff at Cartridge World. Customers continue to ask which cartridges we fill. Well, that's easy. Almost every ink and toner cartridge on the market today. And a lot of people ask where we're located. Well, that's easy too. Right next to Fitness Fuel on the back side of the Maple Valley Shopping Center in Farmington. And finally, many ask, will I save money? The easiest question yet. Of course you will. We're Cartridge World at Farmington. We make it easy for you to save money at Cartridge World.
Chat Speaker Luke Mell with you from Farmington High School, Hale Memorial Stadium. The captains getting together in midfield. Let's thank a few sponsors now that we have a moment. Captain D's of Farmington, ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre, Benning Ford in Fredericktown, Earth Mother Health Foods, Belgrade State Bank in Deloge, Farmington, Potosi, and Belgrade, and Auto Spa in Deloge and Farmington. For McClure North, their total yardage, and these numbers, we'll give them to you, but these numbers, it's all based on who you play. And McClure North obviously has played a Class 6 schedule. Their offensive output on the year, 267 yards. They're run dependent, 191 on the ground, 75 through the air. Farmington, you can flip that a little bit. They're averaging 411 total yards, 241 of those through the air, 170 on the ground. So McClure North, I mean, the total yardage, probably you don't pay quite as much attention to that, but I think we can identify trends. McClure North would probably rather run the ball. Farmington likes to run. They like good balance, but their yardage comes through the air a little bit more often.
Yeah, I think you can throw the stats out whenever you're looking at this game. This is definitely the most athletic team that Farmington's faced this year. I mean, you got guys like Galen Brown and Peter Jackson. A lot of hype about those guys before the year. They may not have the big flashy numbers right now, but these guys can flat out play. Just watching them in warm-ups, this Galen Brown kid, he's got a rocket arm. He's going to sling that ball around. Not always the most accurate, but whenever you got a guy like Peter Jackson and just go out there and get it, sometimes you don't have to be accurate.
And then, accuracy, that might tell a little story. 47% on the year for Galen Brown. Chase Busenbark, a sparkling 68% on the year. And to say that, well, Chase throws all these short routes, step-back patterns, no, he really throws it all. I mean, he's developed into a complete quarterback. He throws every route, and his completion percentage is tremendous. McClure North won the toss, and they have decided to receive. So we'll see Galen Brown, Antoine Williams, Peter Jackson, and the guys that you were just describing to us. And we'll do that on the other side of this 30-second pause right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Has your old clunker just about had it and you don't know about your credit? Wondering if you can get financing done? Hi, it's Dave Shepard at King Auto Sales next to Dairy Queen in Farmington. Come out and see what we can do for you. With new programs and lenders who are ready to work with your situation, we can get you driving today. Even if you've had bankruptcy or in the middle of one now, give King Auto Sales a little of your time to help. Maybe you have great credit. Right now we have rates as low as 2.89%. At King Auto Sales, we treat you like royalty because you deserve it. Get pre-approved now online at KingAutoSalesLLC.com. Anticipating
that onside kick.
Well, as Luke told us, perhaps they're thinking about an onside kick as many of their frontline returners are up there. White uniforms for McClure North. They've got blue numbers and letters and then silver helmets. And now they have scooted up 10 men near the kickoff zone. Kicking it off for Farmington, the great kicker Logan Bradley. He is a touchback artist. And our opening kickoff brought to you by Bill Best Insurance, your American family insurance agent in Park Hills, committed to making the big play for its customers. Bradley swings the right leg. This is a deep kickoff, and McClure North doesn't even want to field it. Luke, they didn't even drop back to the end zone. They just basically ran to the sideline and said, let's just start it there.
Well, and for good reason. If you remember last week, they had 2 onside kicks against North County right in a row. Made it work one time and almost got it the second time.
All right, our starting lineup brought to us by Midwest Convenient Care. And let's meet Galen Brown, the quarterback. His front line averages nearly 280 pounds. That's a 67-pound advantage per man against the front three of the Farmington Knights. John Austin's the center. Jordan Harold and Cameron Coley are the guards. Miles McIntyre at 300 pounds and Keith Jones man the tackle spots. Antoine Williams, the running back. Peter Jackson, that great wide receiver. Rajay Harvey is going to be a wide out off to the right side as well. So it's 1st and 10 for McClure North, and they start on their own 20-yard line. McClure North will give it to the running back on the first play, and he gets right to the line of scrimmage and falls forward for maybe a yard that time, and that's Antoine Williams. Nice job by Doug Warren coming up to make the stop. Antoine with a gain of 1 yard right there. He averages 6.7 yards per rush, 423 yards on the season. Kyle Van Ness in the middle of that defensive front, 6'3", 285 senior. Ethan Ennis and Jared Sumter are the ends. Roper Garrett in the middle of the linebacking core. He's flanked by Brian Capias and Ryder Garrett. So a 2nd and 9 coming up. Quarterback Galen Brown flips it over to the left side, completes it to Peter Jackson. Needed 9, and they got it right at the 30-yard line. And Peter Jackson grabs it for the first down. Most of the completions will go to Peter Jackson. He has 10 catches on the year for 184 yards against Pattonville last week. 4 of those grabs for 122, a tremendous athlete.
Yeah, it really was, and that was a great tackle by Kyle Hartrup in the game because you really want to wrap him up whenever he gets out there in the open.
Rajay Harvey, a split end wide to the right side. And Jackson's in the slot off to the left. They're going to run it up the gut this time. That's Roper Garrett helping out on the tackle. And that was a rush by Keith Smith. Keith Smith, the number 2 runner on this team. He ran for 100 yards last week. He gets 3 right there. The secondary for Farmington, they have a couple of outside linebackers they call Knight and Stud. That's Logan Bradley and Connor Duvall. And then the corners are Hartrup and Busenbark, Kyle Hartrup, Chase Busenbark. Free safety is Kyle Warren. Here's the 2nd and 7 upcoming. Quarterback Galen Brown. He comes under center. He'll run a straight eye. Brown's back to pass. Looking right, looking left, back to the right side. Airs it out deep down the far right side. And the wide receiver jumped over the defensive back that time. Great coverage by Jared Dunlap. I think you could make a case that Harvey went over his back, but the result is an incomplete pass.
Oh, that was great coverage by Dunlap on that play. And we got to see a little bit of Brown's arm strength right there. Wow, he looked like something else dropping back and throwing that one.
And Luke, I think just and maybe more importantly, we saw all the time he had in the pocket right there.
He did. Absolutely. Brown's a dual threat. He can hurt you on the ground as well through the air.
So Farmington might have to get creative with the blitz packages. McClure North averages just about 280 up front. They'll go from the straight eye. Tight twins to the right side. 1 man off to the left. That's Jackson. And they'll give it to Antoine Williams. Williams behind the right tackle. Goes for extra yardage. He was bounced at the line, then kicked at the outside of the right hash. He needed 6, and he picks up 5. So it's a 4th down and short, a 4th and a yard. And, boy, an early decision here for Coach Jim Schottmuller.
Well, it looks like they're going to go it. You know, they got confidence in that running game of theirs. So 4th and short. Farmington's defense needs to step up right here.
Williams averaging, as we said, 6.7 yards per carry. He's going to have a fullback in front of him. That's Keith Smith at 5'9" and 195 pounds. And the quarterback keeps it. That's Brown. And Brown breaks to the outside. He's across midfield to the 40. Reverses field to the 30. Now to the 25. Cuts back again. He's to the 20. Now to the 15, 10. Stumbles inside of the 10-yard line. All the way down to the 9. And it's a gain of 52 yards by the quarterback, Galen Brown.
Yeah, they ran a fake trap there, thinking you're going to go short. Just stuff it up the middle. Brown faked it out, ran outside to his left. Made a bunch of guys miss. Nice pickup there.
Well, great cutback ability by Galen Brown right there. Reading blocks and then just slicing and dicing his way up the field.
Really showing off their athleticism really early.
1st and goal for this McClure North Ball Club. They've got it at the Farmington 9-yard line. That's Antoine Williams back in that eye. He gets it, goes off his right guard, and this time he's stuffed in the hole. And you can meet Roper Garrett right that time, my friend. A gain of a yard.
A little bit of an eye-opener for Farmington right now. They've never really played a team that's going to bring it at them like this. Haven't seen that this year yet.
Haven't trailed this season. And they're in danger of it now with 9 minutes remaining in this first quarter. A 2nd and goal. The ball's on the 7-yard line, just outside of Farmington's 7. Harvey and Holsey, the wide receivers, to the right side. Jackson off to the left, and a straight eye setup. Smith in front of Williams. They bark out the call, and Brown's back to pass. Looking to the right side, looking to the corner of the end zone, and it's a touchdown to Harvey. A 7-yard touchdown strike, and Brown threw it just right to Rajay Harvey. A 6-0 lead for McClure North on the opening drive with 8:43 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, Harvey made a nice play there. Just ran a simple 5-yard out in the end zone and beat his man on the coverage.
What a perfect pass by Galen Brown that time. On for the kick, Zach Schultz. Brown's the holder. Schultz, a left-footed kicker. And a 6-0 lead for McClure North with the extra point upcoming. Snap is good. Hold is down. And the extra point is up and through. 8:43 remaining in the first frame. We'll get our first look at Farmington's offense. A look at a 7-0 deficit, and we'll do that in 1 minute on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Hi, this is Mary Lee, owner of Earth Mother Health Foods. Did you know we're the largest, most complete health food store in southeast Missouri? You know, if you're feeling tired, maybe you need to be on a good vitamin. We invite you to come into Earth Mother and get a free sample of a vitamin that you can feel the same day you take it. Now, stop by Earth Mother Health Foods. We have 3,500 square feet of products to meet your health care needs. That's at Earth Mother Health Foods, 220 East Harrison in downtown Farmington, 573-756-7852.
Hi, this is Carrie Tamir, the new owner of Midwest Custom Embroidery, formerly Keeping You in Stitches. If you're looking for embroidery, screen printing, or vinyl on shirts, uniforms, sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, and more, Midwest Custom Embroidery is the name to remember. And we offer full-service pickup and delivery. We're Midwest Custom Embroidery, new name, same great products with excellent service.
Call Midwest Custom Embroidery at 701-8017.
It's a short kickoff for McClure North. It's taken by Kyle Hartrup at the 23. And he pushes it out across the 35, so pretty good field position for the Knights right there. They'll start at their own 37-yard line. And look, an impressive opening drive by McClure North.
Oh, yeah. 9 plays, went 80 yards, just drove down the field. Didn't see a lot of opposition, a lot of resistance for that Knights defense. They're really going to have to step it up. They want to shut these guys down.
And the big play, the 52-yard run by the quarterback, Galen Brown, to set it all up. Quad receivers off to the left side. Doug Warren on an island off to the right. And they'll flip it over to Hartrup. The route is jumped, and it was just about 6 points the other way by Earl Cozart. Yeah. I think that McClure North's done some scouting.
Saw a play like that earlier in the week with Monday Night Football Rams. Threw a backwards lateral pass, and nobody picked it up. That Giants defense stepped on it and ran it back. Almost the same thing there. I think they ruled it an incomplete forward pass.
All right, well, we'll meet those starting lineups courtesy of Midwest Convenient Care. Cozart, the outside linebacker. Darrell Cooper's in the middle, and Laquan Young also on the outside in that linebacking core. Busenbart going to fake it. Now he's under heavy pressure, wants to run. Now fires it downfield. Now the pass is short. Harvey came before the ball arrived on Sebastian, but no call there. So Farmington 0 for 2 on its first 2 attempts. And off the corner, that was Jordan Harold right there, the defensive end, 6'1", 232. He's joined on the other end spot by D'Amico Crawford. Keith Jones and Aramis Jones are in the middle of the tackle spots. Peter Jackson, Galen Brown, the safeties, and Rajay Harvey and Brian Hurd are the corners. Farmington led out by their quarterback, Chase Busenbark. He puts 2 to each side. He's back in the pocket. Little bit more time to throw this time, but not much. And he is sacked in the backfield. And so Farmington is 3 and out as Busenbark is tossed for a loss right there by Earl Cozart. And Busenbark tackled about 5 yards deep in his own line of scrimmage. Now it's a 3 and out for Farmington, but we did see this last week as well, Luke. It was a 3 and out, and Farmington recovered well. Oh, great punt by Logan Bradley as he drives Harvey back to his 26-yard line. Harvey reverses field, takes it over down that far sideline, and then he's taken down at the 38-yard line right there by Kyle Warren.
Yeah, Chad, I forgot to mention on that last drive, the big play really came from Galen Brown on that 50-plus yard scamper, and really, the Knights defense, if they can stop those big plays from happening, they've got to give themselves a legitimate chance to be in this game.
Yeah, but we heard Todd Vaughn say it on the pregame show, didn't we? Said we can't allow the big plays.
Absolutely.
And he said we got to get first downs. Well, they didn't move the sticks that time. In fact, they moved backwards.
Yeah, they saw a lot of pressure from that McClure defense, and we kind of thought that would happen.
Kyle Van Ness checking out of that defensive line. And Jared Sumter is in there. Here's Galen Brown, works under the center, play action fake, looks downfield, wants it all to Peter Jackson. He's got him. Jackson to the 20, to the 10. They won't catch him. The speed burner beats them all, and it's a 62-yard strike. Brown to Jackson, and just like that, McClure North is up by 2 touchdowns at the 7:39 mark of the first frame.
Wow, Peter Jackson just showing some amazing speed. He said he's a playmaker, and I tell you what, that kid got down the field in a hurry.
He sure did. My goodness. 2 catches and 71 yards now for Jackson. He's got a 9-yarder, then that 62-yarder. And we've seen Farmington in the Class 4 ranks do that to opponents. But right now it's McClure North showing its speed in this one.
Be interesting to see how Farmington reacts to this. They've never been down like this, and really got to hope that they can build and come back and realize this game's still early, and they got a chance to come back here.
Snap was high. Brown pulled it down. Schultz gets it to go through 14-0. McClure North, 7:39 remaining in the first quarter. Tell you about the kickoff in a minute on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Takes place this Friday night at the Farmington High School. The Farmington Police Department encourages everyone to attend and cheer on the Knights. It'll be an exciting game as the Farmington Knights take on McClure North. The homecoming parade takes place earlier in the day and is sure to draw a huge crowd. Don't miss it. The Farmington Police Department hopes everyone enjoys the homecoming festivities and wants you to use caution and safety. This message brought to you by your friends at the Farmington Police Department.
The new generation, Hoods Discount Home Center. Custom countertops, vanities, cabinets and doors.
Furniture, tools and paint, electrical and hardwood floors.
Plumbing and lighting, windows and tiles.
If you're building or remodeling,
we've got what you need on every aisle.
Buy it for less, we'll save you money. Buy it for less at the new generation, Hoods Discount Home Center.
Another good return by the Knights. Kyle Hartrup grabbed it at his 18-yard line, and he gets it out across the 40-yard line. So more good field position for Farmington. But the Knights now in their second possession, looking for their first down of the game. We haven't even met the offense. Centers Brendan Amsden. Guards are Ethan Hennison, Kyle Van Ness, Brian Capias, and Roper Garrett are the tackles. Chase Busenbark, you've heard his name. Connor DeVault looking for his first carry of the game, and he's got it right here. Goes through his guards, and DeVault with a nice run, spins a 360, chugs it and churns it. And on that right hash mark, he not only crosses midfield, he gets down to the 44-yard line on a gain of 16 yards. Some tough running.
DeVault really showing off his athleticism there, but he's also getting some big hits from that McClure defense.
But Farmington needed a toughness play there, though, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Needed to come back with something, so the Knights move the sticks for the first time, and here's DeVault one more time. Nope, they fake it to him, and Busenbark is headed outside. Busenbark turns it up along the sideline to the 40, cuts back. He's at the 30, cuts it again to the 25-20. Busenbark shoved out at the 18-yard line. Now it's a huge pickup for Farmington. It'll be a gain of 22 yards, but there's a flag on the play, Luke.
Yeah, Coach Vaughn is pretty upset over there on the sideline. Probably going to be, looks like a block in the back.
Block in the back by the Knights. Knights couldn't deal with some prosperity right there. Two things really nice. The play fake as DeVault went up the middle, and then terrific cutback by Busenbark. Now, we did see a couple of good blocks out there, but apparently one of the illegal variety.
Well, Busenbark, you know, we saw some of that athleticism from Galen Brown on that scamper for about 50 yards, but Busenbark showing he's got a little bit of it too.
That's the bad news, is that 10-yard penalty. I guess partially good news, Luke, is it's a spot foul, and so rather than a 1st and 20, it'll be a 1st and 11. The block happened 9 yards down the field. So Busenbark has it back in the gun. He's got DeVault beside him, twins to each side, gives it to DeVault. DeVault working over at his left tackle this time, and not much running room for him right there. Good success on his first try, but that's Jordan Harold to bring him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Farmington going with that hurry up, trying to really catch this McClure defense off guard right now.
They do like that fastball offense. Twins to each side. Here's a 2nd and 10. Busenbark back in the gun. He's looking for his first completion of the game. Chase under pressure again. Tucks it, runs it, and gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Gained a yard, maybe 2. Boy, these defensive linemen are fast for this McClure North team. And they're not only fast, they're 250 pounds average fat, and they're still fast.
Yeah, and Chase just doesn't really look comfortable right now. Obviously, he's getting a lot of pressure, but I almost think he's wanting to tuck it and run it before he even really gets a chance to see his targets downfield.
3rd and 7, and the Farmington Knights line up on the line looking for a quick snap, but then they do the check with me over to the sideline. So the coaches survey the defense, and now they'll line it right back up. 2 wide receivers to each side. Busenbark back in the pocket, rolls it, flips it out, and his pass batted down by D'Amico Crawford. 6'3", 228. The 228 got the push into the backfield. The 6'3 got the swatted pass, and Busenbark still yet to complete a pass on the Knights.
Yeah, that's where that height advantage for that McClure defensive line is really going to pay dividends tonight.
Logan Bradley had a very nice punt earlier. Be nice to pin McClure North back here. It's 14-0. The Stars leading the Knights. 5:59 remaining in this first quarter. Snap is good. Bradley swings the right foot, and he does angle this one over. Harvey grabs it. He has it at his own 5-yard line. They box him in, but he dances around it. He's got it out to the 10 now, to the 15-20. And a great return, but now the ball is on the field. The Farmington sideline animated. Feels like they have the football, and they do. Farmington gets it off of the fumble on the punt return, and Luke Mell, special teams.
Oh, a huge play for the Knights. I tell you what, this is just what they needed right now. Down 14-0 early in this game. Now you got the ball right knocking on the door of the end zone. Knights really need to capitalize on this. They're getting back out there in a hurry.
Punt return fumble by Harvey. And Farmington does hustle that offense right back out onto the field. Anthony Greco, backup running back, into the ball game. DeVault is in there as well. He's part of a trio of receivers that are on the right side. The lone wide out off to the left, Doug Warren. Busenbark's back in the gun. 1st and 10, Farmington. They've got it at the Stars' 23. Looked like the Stars left early that time, but no call. And now the running back Greco is driven down in the backfield. And a big hit that time by Keith Jones, 6'1", 271 pounds. He's getting recruited at the 1AA level right now.
Yeah, it looked like Earl Hozart just came off the end there. Didn't even get touched. That's why we thought it might have been a little early, but there was no flag.
McClure North winning that battle at the line of scrimmage right now. 2nd and 12, Farmington. They've got it at the McClure North 25-yard line. Busenbark rolls the pocket, trying to get some time. Completes it to DeVault. Connor cuts back. He powers through a triple team, and he gains 10 yards.
Connor DeVault really is the one shining star right now for Farmington, making some good things happen on that offense that's a little bit stagnant right now.
And the first pass completion by Busenbark, a great job by him checking down on the route.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit more if he keeps getting that pressure.
So DeVault gets his second reception of the year. Now it's a 3rd and 2. They fake it. Busenbark keeps it. Looks to the outside. He's at the 15, but he needs 5 more yards. And now he dives down and gets hit after he goes down. It's going to be a loss of a yard by Busenbark.
Be interesting to see what Farmington coach staff are keeping that offense out there. They don't want to go for that field goal. They realize that they're up against a pretty athletic team, and they need that touchdown right now.
I think they need touchdowns here tonight by seeing that McClure North offense go right through them on the first 2 drives. They've got a good kicker with Logan Bradley, but they're looking for 6 here on this drive. So Busenbark back in the gun. He's got Greco to his left. DeVault, a wide receiver off to the left side as well. Busenbark lets it go, and the ball is dropped. It was a perfect pass to Kyle Hartrup. He had it across the sticks, and Lukey just dropped it that time.
Got a little excited running that crossing route, wide open. Just probably wanted to do something with that ball and forgot to catch it first.
That big game, homecoming jitters, you never know. He's a good receiver. We've seen him. In fact, Hartrup was the guy, I remember, Luke, last week, that made 2 horizontal diving catches on the same drive. He has terrific hands, but he just couldn't hold that one.
Hartrup, yeah. We know he for that big playability, just couldn't pull it through that time.
All right, so Farmington is not able to capitalize after getting the football back on the fumbled punt return. And Galen Brown comes back out. He's got Williams behind him, the running back. Williams off tackle. He's in the loose. He's to the 30. Williams to the 40. Cuts to midfield. Nearly breaks the tackle and brought down by Hartrup. It's a gain, wow, of 30 yards on the play.
Yeah, we've just seen that explosiveness out of Antoine Williams, and Kyle Hartrup kind of making up for that drop pass by a touchdown-saving tackle, right?
Well, it seems at this point, the way this offense is moving from McClure North, that perhaps Farmington was wise to just try to go for the touchdown on that last drive, even though they were not able to capitalize. Peter Jackson wide to the left side, and he caught that long touchdown pass of 62 yards on the last drive. Williams bursting over that right tackle, and he dives forward to the pack for a 4-yard gain.
Really, Farmington is just trying a couple different things right now. They know their assignments. Right now, McClure North is just executing that game, playing so good right now.
Boy, they're tough and fast. Good-looking football team.
Yeah.
Ranked 9th in Class 6, the highest class of football in Missouri, largest schools. 14-0 McClure North at the 3:17 mark of this first quarter of play. Farmington allowing just over 5 points per game to their opposition, but McClure North, a terrific ball club. Galen Brown comes under center, and he's got Williams behind him. Williams chugging through his guards. He picks up 4 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, we've seen some. This team, McClure North, right now just looks like they're really fundamentally sound. They're probably well coached, and they don't make a lot of mistakes so far.
Well, they look like they've got great balance too, don't they, Luke? And
yeah,
they average only 76 yards passing per game. They've got 78 so far in this first frame.
Yeah, I don't think they're done yet.
I don't either. Smith in front of Williams in this alignment in the straight eye. Brown's under center. It's a 3rd and 4. And they'll give it to Williams. Williams following that block of Smith. He dives forward. It's going to be close. I think he's going to be just a little short, though.
Looks like it's going to be about a 4th and 2, but McClure North has already showed that they're going to go for it. And right here in their own territory, I think we're going to see some Antoine Williams here, maybe?
Yeah, they are on Farmington's side of the 50. It's at the 43-yard line. 2 minutes to go in this first frame. And they're going to be running behind a line that averages 280 pounds. A 68-pound per man advantage over Farmington. And they'll go with a quarterback keeper, and he just rides that line down the field. He was hit initially, but then the second surge out of the line makes it a 4-yard gain. And Galen Brown moves the sticks for the Stars.
Well, that was a nice play by Brown to pick up the first down. He ran that play a while ago and ran for 50 yards, so you kind of got to give a credit to that Farmington defense for only limiting them to about 3, even though they did give up the first down.
1st and 10, a minute and 40 and counting down in this first quarter. 14-0 is the score. Antoine Williams, the tailback. Smith right behind his quarterback, and they give it to him. He's quickly taken down. That's Brendan Amsden on the tackle and a gain of 3.
Yeah, really hard. You're not going to get any help on the outside because those cornerbacks and those safeties are going to be concerned with that Peter Jackson and those other big play receivers they got. So it's really important that those linebackers and those defensive ends close in on those ball carriers.
Coach told me Jackson was a sub-4, 440 guy, and those guys are pretty rare, but he sure looked like it on that touchdown, didn't he?
Sure did.
Twins to the right side. And Galen Brown under center. Option play, left side. Pitches it. This is Williams. Williams to the 30. Jitterbugs down to the 20. Another big chunky yardage before Roper Garrett tied him up, and a gain of 17 yards.
I tell you what, that speed of Antoine Williams right now, that option play, it looked like maybe Farmington could do something to stop him for a loss, but he made a couple guys miss, and he's just so fast, really just side to side, and that's going to be the difference.
And a perfect pitch by Galen Brown running that option. Well, they've shown everything in their playbook. Just a power dive. They've shown the lead. They've shown the triple option, the pass down the field. 1st and 10 for McClure North. They've got it at Farmington's 20-yard line. The pass is complete to Holsey, far sideline. Holsey diving for the stick. He gains 9 yards. There is a flag on the play, though. We'll see what it is.
Not real sure right now. That could go either way. This might be on Farmington or McClure.
It could. It was in the area where it could be pass interference, Luke, or you could have a pick route or a hold, and they're going to say it's a hold against McClure North.
Farmington catches a break there.
And Ethan Hennis says, heavens yes, we'll take it.
Absolutely.
Let's thank a few sponsors now. Midwest Convenient Care in Farmington and Bonne Terre. Hood's Discount Home Center in Farmington. Show Me Rent to Own. Buckley Towing in Park Hills. American Family Insurance, Bill Bess in Park Hills and Mineral Area College. Thank you to those sponsors for allowing us to bring you coverage of the Farmington Knights here on KREI. So it was a 9-yard gain over to Holsey right there, and then the 10-yard penalty.
Really, that's the first mistake McClure's made on offense or defense tonight. And it's been a long drive so far, about 9 plays, and they've drove about the length of the field here from 20 to 20 so far.
One wide to the right side, that's Jackson. He's the burner over there, and it's an offset eye with Smith in front of Williams. It's a sweep to Williams along that left side. Williams turns on the Jets, and nobody's close. A 22-yard touchdown run. Antoine Williams. He finds the end zone, and McClure North is up 3 touchdowns with 1 second left in the first quarter.
Wow. What a run. Just displaying that speed we've been talking about all night. Big plays. 20-yard run for Williams there, and nothing the Knights could do to stop him.
Boy, McClure North just dominant in this game, Luke. And, you know, from all the coaches to the players, everybody you talked to said it was a big game for Farmington, win or lose. And you would have to consider it some kind of even a moral victory if Farmington could just battle here against a ranked Class 6 team. But not even a moral victory right now. McClure North, at this point in the game anyway, outclassing these Farmington Knights. The extra point up and through, 21-0. McClure North leads Farmington. Back with their kickoff in 1 minute right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Are you ready for some football?
ProCare Automotive Repair in Bonne Terre is a family-owned and operated automotive repair facility with ASC certified technicians that bring dealer quality services, better prices, and convenience. ProCare Automotive Repair, AAA approved and recognized by the ASE. Plus 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty. Drive away with confidence, not questions. ProCare Automotive Repair, where
it's repaired once, it's repaired right. See my daddy at ProCare Automotive Repair. 358-1112.
Need a ride? Then you need to see Denny Motors in Farmington. You can walk in today and leave with your new vehicle all in the same day. They're locally owned and operated. Denny Motors offers the area's best used cars. They offer easy financing and accept trade-ins. With nearly 15 years of experience, they make the process of buying a car easy. So if you're in the need of a ride, stop by Denny Motors on East Karsh Boulevard in Farmington or call them at 747-0599. That's Denny Motors in Farmington, the area's best used car dealer. DennyMotors.com or visit them on Facebook. Then McClure North started their kickoff approach a little bit too early, so 5 yards. Farmington's looked to go on the kickoff returns. The only problem is you don't want too many of those.
Yeah.
Luke, that was a heck of a drive by the Stars that last time.
Yeah, it was. 9 plays. They went about 78 yards. Took 4 minutes off the clock, and Farmington just really couldn't do anything to stop them. Of course, stop themselves on a penalty, but that really didn't seem to matter because Williams ran it in from about 20 so out.
Yeah. Wow. Williams having a great game, 22-yard touchdown there, and he has 86 yards on just 9 carries.
Yeah, that Farmington crowd, this big crowd that's came out, has been quieted a little bit right now.
So the kickoff try again. This one's going to go to DeVault. DeVault grabs it at the 15. And DeVault now looking for an alley to run through. He's got it to the 20, to the 25, 30, 40, crosses midfield, stumbles, regains his balance, and he's down to the McClure North 40-yard line. So the kickoff returns, yes, have been good. But, Luke, they got to take the next step now.
Yeah, and the best part about that play, no penalty flag, so Farmington's going to start off from their own 42, or in the McClure North 42. So great opportunity again for this Farmington offense. Let's see if they can get something done here.
We'd like to thank Jim Ropke, Shelter Insurance in St. Genevieve, sponsoring our pregame show. County Do It Center in St. Genevieve, Accent Marketing in Farmington, Crown Collision Center in Farmington, and Fleegs Equipment in St. Genevieve. That was the final play of the first quarter. See if Farmington can win the second quarter of play. They trail 21-0 to McClure North. We'll do that in 1 minute on Super Talk 800 KREI.
That will treat the cause of your health problems. Dr. Timothy Wolford at Wolford Chiropractic has been serving the community for 20 years and wants to serve your needs. Chiropractic care is used to treat a wide range of health problems. Dr. Wolford offers acupuncture, which can treat almost any health problem, whole food supplements, and more. Wolford Chiropractic, 1036 Karsh Boulevard in Farmington. Call today to see if Dr. Wolford can help you. 756-9292.
Hi, this is Mary Lee, owner of Earth Mother Health Foods. Did you know we're the largest, most complete health food store in southeast Missouri? You know, if you're feeling tired, maybe you need to be on a good vitamin. We invite you to come into Earth Mother and get a free sample of a vitamin that you can feel the same day you take it. Now, stop by Earth Mother Health Foods. We have 3,500 square feet of products to meet your health care needs. That's at Earth Mother Health Foods, 220 East Harrison in downtown Farmington. 573-756-7852.
Now the Knights run a straight keeper to start this second quarter of play. And Chase Busenbark muscles his way for a 4-yard gain over to that left sideline. Well, Luke, all the success that we've seen in this game has gone to our left. Maybe that can continue now in the second quarter.
Well, I hope for the sake of the Knights it sure does.
Busenbark hands it off to DeVault. He's crushed. DeVault is driven down by Earl Kozart. This guy's been everywhere. Listed only at 6 foot and 153. This kid can move.
He's quick coming off that defensive end spot right there. He's going up against Roper Garrett. You would think that would be a matchup Farmington would like.
He's so fast, though.
He is, very quick.
So a -4 for DeVault right there. 3 carries and 12 yards for him, and now a 3rd and long for Farmington. Farmington with 3rd and 10. They've got it at the opposition 40-yard line on McClure North's side of the field. The Knights have done a great job in kick returns, but there have just been flat too many of those with 3 touchdowns by McClure North in that first quarter of play. And a whistle before the play ever started right there, as this is going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Knights.
Yeah, pushing the Knights to a 3rd and long. Not really favorable right now. They've tried to go downfield a few times. Chase Busenbark just hasn't had the time.
He hasn't. Every time he's dropped back, he's been flushed from that pocket. He threw one really good ball on the run, and that was dropped. That was a fourth down play. So Busenbark is back in the gun. 3rd and long now, 3rd and 15 for the Knights. Busenbark goes from the gun. A little bit of time to pass. Breaks the pocket. He's rushing to his right side. Cannot break the tackle, though. It's a 1-and-1 stop by Laquan Young after a gain of just a yard for Busenbark. This team speed, to me, Luke, of McClure North, considering how big a team they are. They're big guys, but their team speed is so impressive.
Well, be it 3rd and long, you can see what they did right there is they only rushed 4, dropped the other 7 guys back into coverage. Probably kind of fooled Busenbark into thinking he had a running lane there, when really he needed to look downfield for one of his guys.
Rajae Harvey back to receive this punt, and he learned from last time when he tried to run it back, and he was too deep in his own territory, then ended up fumbling the football. This time he lets it go, and it was a smart move as Bradley booted it into the end zone, touchback for McClure North.
Well, kind of to go back what I was saying there, Chase has got he's a great athlete, got some good speed, but tonight in this game, he's not going to be able to beat those guys at that corner sideline. He's really going to have to hope his guys downfield, trusting his receivers to get open so he can make some plays later.
10:47 remaining in the first half. A 3-touchdown deficit for the undefeated Farmington Knights. McClure North football once again. That's Antoine Williams deep in the backfield. In front of him, Keith Smith. They give us to Smith, and Smith has nowhere to run that time. He dove right in the middle of that Farmington pile. And right there to greet him was Roper Garrett. Little help that time by Jared Sumter. Brian Capias might have been on that as well. Boy, I don't even know how he gained 2 yards there. It looked like he was smacked to the line.
Yeah, kind of the story of tonight, though. They've gained positive yards every time they pretty much snap the ball.
Big line just pushes forward. Twins to the right. Jackson, the lone man, off to the left side. And Smith once again in front of Williams. Their fullback lines up just right behind that quarterback, and then the tailback is about 7 yards deep off the ball. Timeout on the field, and we'll take it with them. 21-0. McClure North leads Farmington 10-14 on the first quarter clock, and we'll tell you more in a minute on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Has your old clunker just about had it and you don't know about your credit? Wondering if you can get financing done? Hi, it's Dave Shepard at King Auto Sales next to Dairy Queen in Farmington. Come out and see what we can do for you. With new programs and lenders who are ready to work with your situation, we can get you driving today. Even if you've had bankruptcy or in the middle of one now, give King Auto Sales a little of your time to help. Maybe you have great credit. Right now we have rates as low as 2.89%. At King Auto Sales, we treat you like royalty because you deserve it. Get pre-approved now online at KingAutoSalesLLC.com.
Medley's Ice in Farmington has been serving the area's ice needs since 1990. Everyone at Medley's Ice Company are proud supporters of the community and are proud to sponsor the area's finest athletes. Medley's Ice Company would like to wish the Farmington Knights best of luck this season. It takes a lot of hard work and motivation to soar to the top. The Farmington Knights football team puts forth bold. That's Medley's Ice, serving St. Francis, Madison, and Iron counties. Go Knights!
McClure North leading 21-0 over the Farmington Knights. That's Galen Brown, the quarterback, fires it over to that left sideline. That's where Peter Jackson grabs it. He shoves it forward for 7 yards. Not quite enough for a first down. He has 3 catches and 78 yards receiving.
I think anytime you stop Peter Jackson for a 7-yard gain, you're doing something good.
Jackson's so fast, you've got to give him a little cushion, so when they flip it out there, that's a pretty good completion. And now McClure North has this thing right where they want it, Luke, because they're able to pass, but they prefer to run the ball. They've got a 3-touchdown lead.
Yeah, and they're just going to grind away at that clock. That's their game, and they've got some excellent rushers.
They give us to Smith, and Smith is hit right at the line. He needed a yard, maybe a half a yard, and it's going to be close as Logan Bradley comes off the bottom of that pile. Got a pretty good spot, and they'll move the sticks.
Didn't even have to bring the chains out to measure. They're going to give them that first down. Kind of a tough break for that Farmington defense, who actually played pretty well over those first 3 downs.
Now, Farmington makes adjustments, Luke. We've seen the quick strike ability of this team. They do have a comeback type of a system.
Oh, yeah, those guys. This game is far from over, especially with the type of big playmakers Farmington's got on their offense.
Harvey and Holsey, the double H's over there to the left side. Jackson's on the other side, and the quarterback keeper by Brown fakes the give and then runs to the outside. And he's finally driven down by Duvall all the way out at the 50-yard line as he rips off a 19-yard gain.
Great job by Duvall, really just catching him from behind. I thought Brown was gone, honestly, when I seen that big open running lane.
DeVault, such a fast player. Very impressed with how hard he runs as well. 6 foot, 185 pounds. He plays the stud position. I think that's appropriate.
Absolutely.
Antoine Williams behind Smith in a straight eye. Twins to the left side now. Jackson, the lone wide receiver, off to the right. 1st and 10 for the Stars at the 50-yard line. Brown's back to pass, breaks the pocket. He's at the line of scrimmage, cuts back, gets behind Roper Garrett to the 40 now. Cuts back at the 35, driven down at the 33-yard line. It is a first down, and it is, again, another gain of 18 yards, but a penalty against McClure North.
This one's coming back. Farmington catches the break, but looked like Kyle Van Ness. I think that was him. No, that may have been Brendan Amster coming in and holding on that offensive guard from McClure North.
But did you see that open field move that Galen Brown put on Roper Garrett? A sure-handed tackler as you'll find, and Brown cut back and made a wonderful move.
Yeah, the tables have kind of really turned on Farmington. They're not used to being down this early in the game, or at all in the game. Down 21-0 right now, but they're hanging in there. They're not giving up, and really we're going to see what this team's made of.
Might have been hands to the face there. That was a big one, a 15-yarder. So 1st and 25. Farmington's got to find a way to stand this drive on its head. 8:20 remaining in the second quarter. Knights need some positive momentum somehow, some way. Smith gets it, and he does shove forward for 3 yards before he's taken down by the sure-handed Logan Bradley.
Yeah, great play. Short yards for the McClure North Stars there. Great job by the Farmington defense. Brings up a 2nd and really long.
Boy, Galen Brown, such a smart runner, too.
Like
deceptive. He kind of hangs back there, and then away he goes.
Yeah, we haven't seen a quarterback like this all year long, especially against Farmington.
2nd and 19 for the Stars. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. Holsey, Harvey. Jackson's off to the right. Jackson running a stop-and-go route, and this pass nearly picked off. Great break on the ball that time by Doug Warren, dropping from that defensive end position. Pass was intended for Harvey, but terrific pass coverage by the Knights that time.
Yeah, Brown wanted to go out to his left in the flat, but Warren was there and made a great play. Almost had the pick. Puts McClure right now in a 3rd and long. Knights defense has really got to come up big here and make a stop.
You got to know where Peter Jackson is on this play, Luke.
Peter Jackson. I want to say absolutely. I've been saying that all night. That Peter Jackson, you absolutely have to make sure he doesn't get patchy on this one.
He's the wide receiver to the right side. He's covered by Bradley. They're going to roll coverage up behind him, and Kyle Hartrip will be the deep coverage man. Then twins to the left, Harvey and Holsey. So Brown, the quarterback, drops back in the pocket. They're going to run a go route to Jackson. Just runs a straight fly past the defense. And the ball is slightly thrown to the side. Kyle Hartrip tried to close on him. Kyle dove, just trying to estimate when the ball would arrive. And Kyle did about everything you could right there, short of pass interference.
Well, Kyle actually played some really good defense right there. Peter Jackson is obviously a lot fastest guy on the field right now. Kyle, one of the faster players on Farmington. That's why he's been getting that matchup. And he made a good play there to make sure Jackson couldn't come up with it.
He sure did. That Jackson is so fast. So here's the punter for McClure North. A little pressure. The punt is short, but it takes a McClure North bounce as it's too short for DeVault to come up and grab, and then it rolls down to the 30-yard line. So for Farmington, Luke, they've had pretty good field position on several of their drives. This, in fact, will be one of the longer fields that they've had to look at, but they still don't have any points on the board. 7:18 remaining in the first half. 21-0. McClure North leads Farmington.
Yeah, really, and the key has been the pressure on Chase Busenbark. Anytime they went to that passing game, he just really hasn't had time to throw.
Busenbark going to set back in that gun. He's got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 man off to the right side, and the give is to DeVault, and they knew where it was going that time as Earl Cozart met a couple of friends in the backfield there, and it was all DeVault could do to just get back to the line of scrimmage. This Cozart's been everywhere tonight, and another fine play on that defensive line as well.
Really a test for Chase Busenbark tonight. As a varsity starter, he's never really got this kind of pressure or been up against this kind of wall right now.
Yep, you're right. It's definitely a challenge. Busenbark back in the gun, and he throws it high of Donovan. Oh, Donovan had a little seam right there. Donovan, one of the fastest guys on this Farmington team, and there haven't been many guys open tonight. Donovan did have an opportunity that time. There is a flag in the middle of the field. It would be a 3rd and 10 for Farmington. going to be a personal foul on McClure North.
Probably after the play, Donovan came out of that slot, just basically ran right up the hash mark. Busenbark missed him wide open, and he was jumping up and down in the backfield, and because he knew he missed him, he knew he had him. But luckily, Farmington's going to pick up first down and 15 yards here.
So Farmington once again will be on the McClure North. Well, no, not quite on their side of the field, I guess. Almost. 4 yards to go. They're at their own 46. 6:47 remaining in this second quarter, and the Knights looking for their first score of the game. It's a team that averages almost 48 points per game. Busenbark back in that shotgun. Earl Cozart licking his chops over there, and he's going to come with the heat. They fired it over to the far sideline, complete it to Sebastian, and Sebastian trying to pick up some blocks from his other wide receivers, but he is just drugged down right where he caught the football by D'Amico Crawford. This is a defensive end that went and stretched out and played out on the outside. And Quentin Higgins there as well, beg your pardon.
Yeah, we see Kyle Hartrip catch that little bubble screen last week and take it all the way for a touchdown. Didn't work out so well this time.
Busenbark rolls the pocket to the left side this time, and it's in and out of the hands of Hartrip. That was a little bit of a tougher catch. It was just a little bit wide for him. But you can see Farmington starting to make some adjustments here. They're putting Busenbark, they're rolling the pocket and having him throw on the run, which he is good at. But it's certainly a more difficult play to make.
And that's something I think Chase has gotten better with all year, is rolling out and throwing off the run right now.
So 3rd and 9. Farmington's got it at its own 47. The shotgun snap to Busenbark. He's under pressure again. Fires it over the middle, and the pass too tall for Doug Warren. Incomplete. Busenbark 2 for 7 for 11 yards in this ball game. And the Knights have rushed for only 13 yards, so only 24 total yards for Farmington in this game. It's a team averaging 411 on the year.
Yeah, the coach is going over there talking to Chase Busenbark right now. They really need to settle him down. He's had a couple of high throws that he really missed a wide open guy.
The kickoff, or the punt, beg your pardon, from Bradley. Off cleanly. And Farmington with, once again, great special teams play. Downs it at the 1 yard line. That was Ethan Hennis down there to down that football. Ethan Hennis, by the way, is the deep snapper. So he snapped it on the punt, and then he ran 60 yards and touched it down at the 1.
Well, I talked about the Hennis boys last week, and Ethan Hennis, he's got a nose for that football. He's a hard player. I know his dad's a coach over there, special teams coach. Made his dad proud on that one for sure.
Well, you don't want to give up a 99-yard drive. You don't want to give up any drive, but you really don't want to give up a 99-yard drive. So maybe a pride possession right here for these Knights.
Yeah, they really got McClure North pinned back here. This could be a big defensive drive right here for the Knights. They really want to make sure that they can hold McClure and maybe get a turnover or even a safety in this position.
Harvey and Holsey wide to the right side. Jackson off to the left. The quarterback trying to escape, but he's driven down by Brendan Amsden. He wiggled his way near that 5 yard line. Gain of 3.
Really important to get that first guy to bring him down and wrap him up, because we've seen what Brown can do when he gets out there in the open.
Well, what can Brown do for you from McClure North? Quite a bit. He's a good one. 5:40 and counting down in the second quarter. 21-0. McClure North leads Farmington. McClure North pinned deep in their own side of the field. Ball's at the 5 yard line. 2nd and 7 upcoming. Antoine Williams, the tailback, picks it up in his own end zone and then stuffed at the 5 yard line. Great hit by that Farmington defense. Kyle Van Ness coming off of the bottom of that pile, along with Ethan Hennis. That's one of your collisions of the game. Collision of the game by Crown Collision. Nice job by that Farmington defense.
Bringing up a 3rd and about 6, it looks like here. McClure North just barely out of their own end zone right now.
This is a big down, Luke. Knights need the ball back.
Got to find Peter Jackson. They got him doubled over there.
Smith in front of Williams. And Galen Brown, the quarterback, back to pass from his own end zone. Fires it out and completes it to Harvey. They let him out of the hole. Harvey noses it out to the 20 yard line and a gain of 14 yards.
Yeah, just a kind of a letdown there for the Knights. They had him pinned back, and Jared Dunlap just giving a little bit too much cushion to Harvey, and he just ran that about 10-yard hitch, got in front of that first down marker and made the catch. He was wide open.
Oh, mercy. Let him out of the trap. Pinned them all the way back inside their own 2 near the 1 yard line, and move those sticks for McClure North.
Kind of a deflating play for this Farmington defense. Let's hope that they don't let that one get to them and give up a big play here.
Great job by Galen Brown, the quarterback, to rest comfortably in that pocket and make that pass. Antoine Williams now, the runner, over his left guard, and tackled over there by Logan Bradley. Logan Bradley's been in on a lot of plays. The special teams kicker, punter, doing a fine job on defense. He's made a number of hits, helped out by Roper Garrett there, but it's still a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, it seems like they're picking up. They faked, Galen Brown faked that toss sweep there, and they didn't want to let him get outside, and then ran the dive back inside, picked up 4 yards.
Antoine Williams now with 11 carries and 90 yards, and Farmington would like to get the ball back to try to score, but pretty good ball possession by McClure North right here, and they swing a pass over to the left sideline on a flare route. Holsey grabs it, takes it across the 30, out to the 32 on a pickup of 8 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, we talked about this McClure North having those big playmakers, guys that can stretch the field, 1 or 2 plays, you got a touchdown, but tonight what I've seen is they really know how to manage the clock and ball control.
Smart ball club.
It is.
Well, they have a head coach in Jim Schottmiller, who's only been there for 28 years as the head coach, 33 on the staff, so
he probably knows a thing or two.
I think he does. Williams behind Smith in the backfield. Instead, Brown wants to pass it. Fires it over to the left side to Harvey. And this one's incomplete. Good work by Jared Dunlap, running step for step along that far sideline with him.
Just a little bit overthrown by Brown there. Actually had Peter Jackson lined up on the right for probably the first time tonight. Kind of thought he might go there to the wide side of the field, but they went the other way.
Like to put Jackson on that island, much the same as the Knights like to put Warren over on that island. Warren at 6'4", he creates really a matchup nightmare for most teams, but they've not been able to get the ball to him so far, have the Knights tonight. 2nd and 10. It's an offset eye. Smith in front of Williams. And they pitch it to Antoine Williams. Williams gets some good blocks. He's to the 40 now. Shifts gears. Now trying to run over a man. But Kyle Warren forces him out of bounds. But not before he rips off another 16 yards, Luke. 12 carries for Antoine Williams and 106 yards in this game. 3:29 remaining in this second quarter. A 21-0 lead for McClure North. And they took this possession at their own 1-yard line, and now they've moved the chains 3 times.
Yeah, talking about ball control, this is already the 7th play of the drive. Like we said, they started at their own 1. They're already out here on the own 46.
Jackson White to the right side. It's Harvey and Holsey to the left, but a short split. The pitches to Williams, and, well, the turf monster got him that time. He just fell down on the play, was not able to get his footing, and loses 2 yards.
Well, there's starting to be there's a little bit of a drizzle starting to come down. You can see some of the fans starting to move. That turf might get a little bit slick. We'll see how that affects that McClure North running game.
2nd and 12, and that clock continues to run, and for McClure North, that's just fine with them. They say, we'll go into the locker room up 3 scores. Under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. 21-0 McClure North on top. Williams behind Smith, and the 3 wideouts. Been pretty much the same formation all night. Jackson runs the post route over the middle. Terrific coverage by Kyle Hartrup. Hartrup got in front of him, gauged the route, ran with him stride for stride, and Hartrup actually had a little chance at an interception there. Great coverage by Hartrup.
Yeah, we were talking about some accuracy issues for Brown. He really overthrew him there, but Kyle Hartrup was right there. If he could have put that ball on the money, and Hartrup would have broke it up anyways.
Boy, Brown, too. What confidence must he have in that pocket? He has not really been pressured tonight.
Yeah, well, I say he has accuracy issues. This kid can just flat out sling it, though. He does look very comfortable back there. He drops back, sets up, plants his feet. He's got that rocket arm.
But like you said, he's completed less than 50% on the year, so they would probably like to see that a little higher. Harvey and Holsey on the right side. Jackson's to the left now, and Smith in front of Williams in the backfield. It's Galen Brown under pressure this time, and he eludes that pressure and then gets hammered and driven down. Hello, Roper Garrett.
Wow, Roper came through that line. Almost had him the first time, missed him. Looked like a huge misplay by Roper, but then he doesn't give up. He comes right back underneath him and just hits Brown from behind. I almost thought he lost the ball there, but what a play by Roper Garrett.
Yeah, Brown with not a very good pocket wherewithal right there.
I think you better cue up that collision.
Ground collision into the game right there.
On that one.
Great job by Roper Garrett, just continuing his relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Farmington will get, well, at least one more shot at it, you'd figure here. A 4th and long. And now the punt is low and short. It hops at the 30, takes a side spin, and now rolls slightly forward down to the Farmington 27. There is a flag on the play. Be an interesting call here, as this one is going to go against McClure North on an illegal shift.
Their punter hasn't been real strong, though. I think Farmington might make them re-kick it here.
I do, too. And, normally, if you had your garden variety special teams, you'd probably say, I didn't kick it that far. We'll go ahead and take it. But Farmington is so explosive in the special teams. Every time they have a special teams play, they've got a chance to make a big play.
Well, I guess who's back there returning it? The one guy who's been making some good plays for the Farmington offense, if not the only guy who's really had anything positive so far tonight, and that's Connor DeVault.
2:06 on this second quarter clock. 21-0. McClure North on top of Farmington. Farmington looking for that spark.
I tell you what, Chad, first 3 possessions, McClure North, touchdowns, big plays. Last 2, Farmington defense is forced punts.
So Schultz stands back, and this time DeVault doesn't go quite as far down the field. The punt is higher and deeper this time, and it's angled over to the near sideline, just about the same result, as Farmington will start this one at about its own 31-yard line. Let's thank a few of our sponsors now. We'd like to thank Sheet Metal Contracting in DeSoto, St. Francis Plaza Dental in Leadington, Parkland CrossFit in Farmington, also Long John Silver's Cartridge World, Sam Sism Ford, all in Farmington, Commerce Bank in Farmington, Festus, and Bon Terre.
Under 2 minutes here for this Farmington offense. That's usually not a big problem for them. They can score at any time, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, they sure need a big play. And now here's Busenbark. Looks over the middle. He has a man wide open, but couldn't get it away. Instead, he retreated into the backfield, and that's where Keith Jones hunted him down and sacked him. It's a loss of 10 yards for Busenbark. Oh, Hartrip broke wide open across the middle that time.
Yeah, and Earl Kozar was another guy in that backfield making some noise, really getting in Chase Busenbark's face.
Hartrip goes from the gun again. It's a 2nd and 20. Or beg your pardon, that's Busenbark going from the gun. He's under pressure again, and he's driven down in the backfield. 3 men jump on top, and he's down at that 10-yard line. D'Amico Crawford, the first man there. Aramis Jones back there, and they just had a party in the backfield with Busenbark that time. And this time he loses 13 yards, and this will be 3rd and a country mile, Luke.
Busenbark getting uplifted right now. They called the trainer over to see if he's all right. Justin Boehm, the sophomore quarterback, he's got a few reps this season. He's actually over there with the coaches in the huddle right now, and Busenbark's going to have to be helped off by the trainer, Dave Burke.
Yeah, he's limping. We'll keep it right here during this break, and coming up at the half, Tom Lively will have our Auto Spa Car Wash halftime show. We'll have all the highlights, scores from all the area games. I want to stay tuned for End Zone as well after the ball games tonight.
Yeah. Hope Chase Busenbark's all right, but another bad note is it stops the clock here with 3rd and a mile. And then McClure North is thinking, hey, we're going to get this ball back, and we're going to take another stab at it.
3rd and 31, Luke, and most teams don't have a play for this. Farmington has a play for it, but they've got to execute.
Well, we saw a quarterback blitz on that last play. As a result of that spread offense, kind of leaves your quarterback vulnerable back there with not a lot of guys to protect him. And one of them quarterbacks just came in there, and they got Busenbark in a bind.
Here's Justin Boehm. Boehm threw an 82-yard touchdown to Evan Donovan on his first pass attempt of the game earlier this year against Hannibal. But this time he keeps it. He's going to run to the left side, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Guess who that was? Kozar.
Yep.
He's been on more defensive plays than I can remember tonight.
And now a timeout by McClure North. They say we'd like to score again. 1:18 remaining in the first half. 21-0 McClure North. And boy, these stars shining brightly tonight in Farmington. We'll take a step aside for 30 seconds and back with more of your Farmington Knights football on Super Talk 800 KREI Farmington.
The saying, no pain, no gain, should not be a part of your dental experience. At St. Francis Plaza Dental, they believe your gain should be no pain. In the past, visiting the dentist meant pain, needles, and hours of recovery. Those days are over. Dr. Mike at St. Francis Plaza Dental uses advanced technology, laser anesthesia, instead of the traditional needle, significantly reducing your discomfort and recovery time. The result, a more pleasant overall dental experience. Learn more at yourgentledentist.com.
I'm Dr. Mike, your gentle dentist. I'm gentle with people and gentle with prices.
Logan Bradley stands in his own end zone. He's 5 yards deep, and that's where he'll receive the snap on this punt. Back to receive, Rajay Harvey. Bradley has this one blocked. This punt is blocked. It rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, McClure North. McClure North gets the touchdown on the blocked punt, and now the Stars even owning the special teams as Corey and Holloway got in there to block it, and then the ball skittered back in the end zone, and McClure North covered it up for 6 more.
Wow, really unfortunate turn of events for the Knights right here. They just wanted to get in the halftime, feeling pretty good at 29-0. Just a real big play for that McClure special teams, I tell you what.
McClure North took its first 3 drives, went right down the field and scored on Farmington, and now with a terrific defense, they've backed the Knights up on sack, and then they blocked the punt for the touchdown right there.
On a more important note, let's hope that Logan Bradley's all right. After that punt, he went down and went off the field in his own power, but looked a little shaky.
Now, Logan Bradley and Chase Busenbark. We'll see who's available coming up on this offensive possession. 69 seconds left in the first half, and it's all McClure North. 28-zip over Farmington. Tell you more in a half a minute on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Everyone at the main attraction in Farmington reminds you that September is Teachers Appreciation Month. The main attraction in Farmington encourages teachers to bring in their ID and receive half off any service. That's right, half price for teachers for haircuts, perms, colors, highlights, manicures, pedicures, facials, and waxing services. Just call Megan Garrett at 218-9659 or 366-0321. That's the main attraction across from Gifford Lumber in Farmington. Good job, teachers.
Connor DeVault back to receive this kick. Alex Sebastian there as well. Kicker Schultz, left-footed kicker. Ready to roll. Strides toward the ball and squibs this one down the field. Farmington just grabs it right in the middle of the pack and then lays on it. That was Ryder Garrett. And so the Knights have it at their own 32, and it's backup quarterback Justin Boehm checking in. Boehm's been in for 1 snap after Busenbark limped off, and Boehm just ran a keeper over to the left side for no gain. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in this first half, and the question now, do you open it up? Do you try to do something here even with your backup in? Do you play to try to make the score more manageable? What do you do?
Well, Dave Burke's over there looking at Chase Busenbark's foot right now. Let's just hope he's going to be okay.
Boehm hands it off. That's to DeVault, and so the Knights have decided to close the playbook just a little bit as they run it up the middle for a 3-yard gain. DeVault with 5 carries and 15 yards, so 3 per. Averages 7.5 per carry coming in. 48 seconds and counting down in this first half. Justin Boehm, backup quarterback. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 160. Snap gets away from him, and he's driven down to the backfield by D'Amico Crawford.
Well, you're going to see that with an unexperienced varsity quarterback right now. Just not in sync with that starting center. Snap a little bit high, you just couldn't get a hold on it.
Loss of 5. Boehm stands 5'11", Busenbark at 6 foot, so not really a whole lot different looking back there. They go from that shotgun. 18 seconds. Farmington does not have to run another play in this first half if they don't want to. The play clock at 14, the game clock at 12. And it is a 3rd and 14. So 6-5. Boehm says snap it. Snap is low. He picks it off the ground. Justin steps up, chucks it down the field. Pass intended for Doug Warren. Warren goes up, grabs it, and then puts it on the ground. And they're going to rule this one incomplete. So it was going to be hard to tell whether it was going to be a completion and a fumble or just an incompletion. And they say an incompletion. Luke, that first half belonged to McClure North in a big way.
Well, they showed why they're a top 10 team in 6A. And we kind of thought this would be a measurement game, kind of seeing where Farmington was at. They really hadn't played a lot of tough competition. Now, this McClure North is, it's one of the bigger schools in the state, and definitely with that 6A classification, not going to see them in the state playoffs, but if you're going to be a state contending team, you got to play against these guys, and you got to show that you can compete.
Well, in the second half will be the determining factor right there. We'll see what the injury front is like for the Knights. So we will see if they try to come back. They'll try to come back in the second half. We'll see if they can do it. Farmington has had some nice wins over some pretty good teams. Festus, a tough team. 34-9. Hannibal, who beat them badly last year, is always a very good team in Class 4. Farmington looked terrific in that game, 48-6. So, some nice wins for Farmington, but this certainly was the one that you say, hey, this is the toughest test of the season, a ranked Class 6 ball club. And right now, McClure North looks like a tremendous team. McClure North on top at the half, 28-0 over Farmington, as we send you over to Tom Lively coming up with your Auto Spa Car Wash, this halftime show.
This Country Days update brought to you by CNC Wood Furnace. Energy isn't cheap. Start saving a bunch of money today. Receive a free family summer vacation to Branson with the purchase of an outdoor wood stove. Call 573.
Attention parents. If your son is 11 to 17 years old and exhibits oppositional or defiant behavior patterns, we want to prove that our best-selling child behavior program, The Total Transformation, will work for you. And we're willing to give it to you for free. For a limited time, we are offering the entire program free if you're the parent of an 11 to 17-year-old male child as part of a national market research project. If you're struggling with disrespect, backtalk, lying, school problems, or defiant behavior, you can get the Total Transformation free by calling 1-800-490-3505. Call now and find out how you can participate in this limited-time market research project. By sending in your results, you'll get our $300 child behavior program for free. Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-800-490-3505. 1-800-490-3505. That's 1-800-490-3505. 1-800-490-3505.
It is halftime on AM 800 at KREI. We'll take a look at some of the scores from around the area. First, of course, the game you have been listening to. Farmington down at half of homecoming, 28-0 over McClure North. Other scores from around the area. Maplewood with a 14-6 lead over Central in the second quarter. St. Genevieve with a commanding lead over Potosi right now, 22-0. That one late in the second as well. Last update we got, it was Cape Central over North County, 14-7. St. Clair defeating DeSoto so far, 35-0. Also, it's Hillsborough over Windsor, 27-0. That is our update game on our FM affiliate, J98. Our game of the week on J98 is Valley Catholic 28, Crystal City 7. As more updates are coming in, Sullivan 22. Festus 14. We'll run over some of the highlights next. It is halftime on AM 800 KREI.
Are you ready for some football? A great football team must have speed, strength, and reliability. You should expect the same from your lawnmower. Hi, this is Clarissa from Fliggs Equipment. If you want a mower that works like a well-oiled football team, then head on over to Fliggs Equipment. At Fliggs Equipment, we have the area's largest selection of dependable, affordable, and quality mowers. Come see the family at Fliggs Equipment. We'll discuss your needs, your budget, and match you to a mower that best suits your needs. Choose from Hustler, Cub Cadet, Woods, or even a small Case IH model. We have what will fit you. Fliggs Equipment. Let our family serve your family. Fliggs Equipment, Highway 32 in St. John, and online at fliggs.com.
Well, a couple of updated scores coming in. We now have an updated Fredericktown score. Fredericktown 6, Perryville nothing. Also, St. Genevieve on top of Potosi in the second quarter, 29-0. St. Clair over DeSoto, 42-0 in the second quarter. And Herky with the lead, 33 to nothing. That is the game on AM 1400 KJEF. Herculaneum with the lead over Grandview, 33 to nothing. When we return, we will take a look at some of the highlights from around the area on the KREI Halftime Show, brought to you by Auto Spa Car Washes.
Hi, this is Jeff and Paige from Auto Spa Car Washes.
When you wash your car, truck, boat, motorcycle, four-wheeler,
or whatever wheeler at Auto Spa, you're using our exclusive Cotton Soft water system. This system will clean your whatever wheeler, leaving it spot-free with a finish that looks great today and for years to come.
wash your car at Auto Spa, home of the free air freshener. To find an Auto Spa near you, go to myautospa.net.
Wash your car.
Wash your car. Wash your car at Auto Spa.
The wait is over. It's finally here. Parkland CrossFit has opened their new downtown Farmington facility, the area's first and only CrossFit affiliate, specializing in elite group fitness, sport-specific athletic training, general physical preparedness training for all ages and skill levels. Our professional coaches are on hand for every workout. No more guessing what to do. Check out our grand opening September 24th, barbecue and fitness competition. More details on parklandcrossfit.com. Call or text 518-4393.
Well, we take a look at some of the highlights on our FM affiliate J98 boot with Valley and Crystal City as they are coming close to halftime as well. It would be Valley Catholic on the board first at their homecoming.
Power running formation. Wiener is going to try to keep it again. Dives across this time. Touchdown. Not going to keep him out twice in a row. Michael Wiener gets Valley on the board first. It is 6-0 Valley Catholic.
Central would Crystal would tie the ball game up, rather.
Field hands it off to Bonert up the middle. Bonert still pushing. No, he pitched it out to Thornton. Everybody fooled on that play. Touchdown, Crystal City.
Crystal City would not keep it tied long, though, as Valley would push up 7 more.
And they'll have a couple backs in the backfield. They've got the power run formation. Grimminger motions to the backfield. He fakes it to Grimminger. Wiener keeps it to the right side. Touchdown, Valley Catholic. And again, that hole wide open. It parted like the Red Sea for Wiener to take it in from 7 yards out.
It would be all of Valley after that.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Wiener drops back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle. Wide open is Klump. He's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. 27-yard strike. Wiener to Klump. 2-score lead for Valley Catholic.
That would make it 21-7 until this happened for Valley Catholic.
3 receivers left, and Brunn split out to the right this time. Here's the shotgun snap. It's a high one, but Wiener brings it down. Pump fake and fires over the middle to a wide open receiver. Grimminger spin move out of the tackle, and he's going to the right across the 30. Gets a block by Brunn to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Valley Catholic Warriors.
Extra point would be good. 28-7 is the score as we speak as they approach halftime. Valley Catholic homecoming in St. Genevieve. We'll take a look at some of the highlights, not what you want to hear for a Farmington fan from Hale Memorial Stadium when we return. KREI.
We hope you never need us, but when you do, Midwest Convenient Care will be there. From high fevers to broken bones, walk into either of our locations and you will be greeted by a caring and professional staff.
I'm Dr. Guy Roberts, one of the physicians at Midwest Convenient Care. Nothing is more important than your family's health. That's why we're here.
Midwest Convenient Care, next to Lowe's in Farmington and behind Dairy Queen in Bonne Terre, or online at MidwestConvenientCare.com. Midwest Convenient Care, we're there when you need us.
Kids Are Kids Daycare in Farmington, where working mom and dad's kids call home away from home. Owners Jenny and Blaine DeVault have been in the child care business since 1988, and they love kids. Kids Are Kids Daycare accepts ages 2 through 12 and offers a preschool kindergarten readiness program. They're state licensed and provide hot meals and snacks, Monday through Friday, 6:15 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Kids Are Kids Daycare, where your child is our child, located on Maple Street in Farmington.
Mineral Area College, your next step to success. The opportunity is right here. You can have it all for less. You can be what you want to be. So come on, take that first step. Mineral Area College, your next step.
The new generation, Hoods Discount Home Center. Custom countertops, vanities, cabinets, and doors.
Furniture, tools and paint, electric
electrical and hardwood floors.
Plumbing and lighting, windows and tiles.
If you're building or remodeling,
We've got what you need on every aisle.
buy it for less, we save you money. Buy it for less at the new
Generation Hoods Discount Home Center.
Farmington homecoming on AM 800 at KREI, not going in the Knights' favor. It took just 8 minutes for McCleur North to put points on the board.
Mark out the call, and Brown's back to pass. Looking to the right side, looking to the corner of the end zone, and it's a touchdown to Harvey. A 7-yard touchdown strike, and Brown threw it just right to Rajay Harvey. A 6-0 lead for McClure North.
14 minutes later with this.
Looks downfield, wants it all to Peter Jackson. He's got it. Jackson to the 20, to the 10. They won't catch him. The speed burner beats them all, and it's a 62-yard strike. Brown to Jackson, and just like that, McClure North is up by 2 touchdowns at the 7:39 mark of the first frame.
Farmington special teams would show up and cause a turnover to get the ball back in the red zone.
Harvey Grazzi, he has it at his own 5-yard line. They box him in, but he dances around it. He's got it out to the 10 now, to the 15-20. And a great return, but now the ball is on the field. The Farmington sideline animated, feels like they have the football, and they do! Farmington gets it up with a fumble on the punt return, and Luke Bell, special teams.
The Farmington offense, though, could not capitalize. Then McClure North would make it into the end zone untouched with seconds left in the first quarter.
It's an offset eye with Smith in front of Williams. It's a sweep to Williams along that left side. Williams turns on the Jets, and nobody's close. A 22-yard touchdown run. Antoine Williams.
And then one more yet.
It's an offset eye with Smith in front of Williams. It's a sweep to Williams along that left side. Williams turns on the Jets, and nobody's close. A 22-yard touchdown run. Antoine Williams.
That is where we sit at halftime for Farmington homecoming, down by 28. Take a look at the updated scores during the halftime show on AM 800 at KREI. Brought to you by Auto Spa Car Wash. ProCare Automotive Repair in Bonne Terre is proud to support high school sports. Family-owned and operated, ProCare Automotive offers ASC certified technicians. They'll repair it once, and they'll repair it right. From oil changes to engines, import and domestic vehicles, and 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty. Drive away with confidence, not questions. ProCare Automotive Repair. Where?
It's repaired once, it's repaired right. See my daddy at ProCare Automotive Repair. 358-1112.
Mineral Area College, your next step to success. The opportunity is right here. You can have it all for less. You can be what you want to be. So come on, take that first step. Mineral Area College, your next step.
Accent Marketing in Farmington is proud to be a part of the community and is committed to being a good corporate citizen and partner in the Farmington community. Accent Marketing in Farmington wish all the area athletes a great season and encourages people everywhere to attend and support area sporting and community events. Accent Marketing believes in supporting and encouraging our area youth and believes in community in which we live. This message brought to you by your friends at Accent Marketing in Farmington.
Got 14 minutes after 8:59 degrees. Light drizzle around the Farmington area. We do have rain moving through the area, though. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as maybe affecting some of the games this evening. Fredericktown is up 6-0 over Perryville. That late in the second. Maplewood over Central 14-6. That also late in the second. St. Genevieve with a commanding lead over Potosi, 29-0 last check in the second. 28-0 McClure North once again over Farmington here on a KREI at halftime. It is Cape Central on top of North County, 14-7 last we heard. 42-0 St. Clair over DeSoto in the second. Herculaneum so far shutting out Grandview 33-0 on AM 1400 KJEF. Hillsboro 27, Windsor nothing. Our update game on our FM affiliate, J98. Valley Catholic 28-7 over Crystal City, which you can hear on our FM affiliate, J98. Sullivan 22, Festus 14, last we heard in the second quarter. Don't forget the game on KREI. You can view at MIMOinfo.com, web TV as well. Coming up, we're going to send it back out to Chad Speaker and the guys at Hale Memorial Stadium on KREI.
Medley's Ice in Farmington has been serving the area's ice needs since 1990. Everyone at Medley's Ice Company are proud supporters of the community and are proud to sponsor the area's finest athletes. Medley's Ice Company would like to wish the Farmington Knights best of luck this season. It takes a lot of hard work and motivation to soar to the top. The Farmington Knights football team puts forth bold. That's Medley's Ice, serving St. Francis, Madison, and Iron counties. Go Knights!
When Sheet Metal Contractors Air Conditioning and Heating, Local 36 contractors say they are the indoor air specialists, they mean it. Sheet Metal Contractors will tailor heating and cooling systems specifically designed for your comfort. They offer many services and products that truly benefit your indoor air quality, such as air duct cleaning, electronic air cleaners, electrostatic filters, humidifiers, and more for commercial, industrial, and residential applications. Call Sheet Metal Contractors in DeSoto at 337-2150, where excellence prevails.
There are plenty of ways to get from point A to point B. Van, sedan, sports car, muscle car, pickup, and Shelter Insurance has covered plenty of miles and cars and drivers since 1946 with a combination of competitive rates, helpful agents, and speedy claim service. Truth is, we like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter Insurance. Seek shelter today at shelterinsurance.com.
Hi, this is Jim Ropke, your Shelter Insurance agent. Come see me for all your insurance needs.
When Sheet Metal Contractors Air Conditioning and Heating, Local 36 contractors say they are the indoor air specialists, they mean it. Sheet Metal Contractors will tailor heating and cooling systems specifically designed for your comfort. They offer many services and products that truly benefit your indoor air quality, such as air duct cleaning, electronic air cleaners, electrostatic filters, humidifiers, and more for commercial, industrial, and residential applications. Call Sheet Metal Contractors in DeSoto at 337-2150, where excellence prevails.
Derek. Hale Memorial Stadium is where we're at, 28-0, and it's not a happy homecoming right now for the Knights, as we'll take a look at some of these halftime stats and check, see if we can check on the status of a few of Farmington's players as well. Farmington with only 52 total yards in the first half, and Chase Busenbark, after throwing for about 390 last week with only 11 yards in the first half, 2 for 7 for 11 yards, 41 yards on the ground for the Knights. Connor DeVault has 5 carries for 15. Actually, I figured that wrong. I added when I should have subtracted, and so it's actually a negative 15 yards for Farmington on the ground. I had Busenbark with 22 yards instead of a negative 22, so it's actually a negative 15 yards for Farmington on the ground, which puts them at a negative 4 for the game. Oh my, it was worse than I thought it was.
Well, and that's what the second half is really going to tell us, what kind of a team Farmington is, what the coaches said to them in the locker room, and how they react to that. I mean, the stats, the game, we've already told you, McClure North has just been, they've been outplaying them athletically. You can just tell that they've got a lot better athletes right now. They can make some just big plays, and everything they've done has been great. Now, for Farmington, if they come out and they show they're still going to play with a lot of heart, I don't see those coaches, knowing this coaching staff, these kids are going to come out and give it all they got, and you know, that's going to say a lot about the team.
Yep, and that's what they'll be looking for in the second half, looking for that fight, trying to come back, and you know, make no mistake about it, the Knights are going to come out to try to win this game in the second half. 28-0, and McClure North, I know, is dominated, but Farmington feels very good about their athletes as well, the ability to make plays. We'll see if they can do it. McClure North has a 100-yard rushing game already out of Antoine Williams, 13 carries for 104. He's got a touchdown. Galen Brown, the quarterback, has rushed for 78 yards on 5 tries. And then you throw Keith Smith into the mix. He's their fullback. He just kind of pounds it straight ahead. He's got 12 yards on 5 carries. So you add that all up, 194 on the ground for McClure North. And Galen Brown through the air has been 7 for 12 for 106. He's got a couple of touchdowns throwing. The longest one to Peter Jackson of 62 yards. Jackson has 3 catches for 78 yards. He has one of those touchdowns through the air. Rajay Harvey has a couple of catches for 21 yards. He also has a touchdown catch. And so you add it all up, McClure North with 300 total yards in the first half. Farmington went -4, so the disparity 304 yards, 28 points on the scoreboard. And Farmington looked like, well, their special teams still looked pretty good on the kick returns, but that's an area that McClure North even managed to turn the tables on the Knights in the first half when they blocked the punt and covered it up in the end zone for a touchdown.
Real deflating play right there at the end of the half. Farmington was just kind of hoping to get into halftime, only down by 3 scores, but it's some great play by the McClure special teams to block that punt. And Logan Bradley actually went down a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to come out and play in the second half. You'll see him down there stretching and warming up. I think he'll be all right.
Hopefully that's a good sign, huh? Corian Holloway burst in to block that punt, and then about 3 or 4 players jumped on top of it in the end zone. There was a scrum, and when the officials got over there to sort it all out, well, it was McClure North with the touchdown after that blocked punt. Well, that set the stage for the second half, and we'll do that after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Farmington Knights football right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
The Farmington Knights homecoming takes place this Friday night at the Farmington High School. The Farmington Police Department encourages everyone to attend and cheer on the Knights. It'll be an exciting game as the Farmington Knights take on McClure North. The homecoming parade takes place earlier in the day and is sure to draw a huge crowd. Don't miss it. The Farmington Police Department hopes everyone enjoys the homecoming festivities and wants you to use caution and safety. This message brought to you by your friends at the Farmington Police Department.
Hi, this is Jeff and Paige from Auto Spa Car Washes.
When you wash your car, truck, boat, motorcycle, four-wheeler,
or whatever wheeler at Auto Spa, you're using our exclusive Cotton Soft water system. This system will clean your whatever wheeler, leaving it spot-free with a finish that looks great today and for years to come.
Wash your car at Auto Spa, home of the free air freshener. To find an Auto Spa near you, go to myAutospa.net.
Wash your car.
Wash your car. Wash your car at Auto Spa.
Second half kickoff upcoming at the half. It's McClure North 28, Farmington nothing. A battle with a couple of ranked teams, but not the same class. They're both ranked 9th. McClure North at the Class 6 level, Farmington at the Class 4 level. We'd like to thank a few of our sponsors now that we have a moment. Let's thank the main attraction in Farmington, Photo Magic in Farmington, Wolford Chiropractic in Farmington, Farmington Police Departments, also in Farmington, Colts Tractor and Equipment, Denny Motors, Medley Ice Company, AAA Check Advance, Kids Are Kids Daycare, Meineke Car Care, King Auto Sales, Gifford Lumber, Mega Sports, Ike's Florist, and the Pasta House, all in Farmington. Luke, Farmington will have the football as we start this second half of play. And, well, as they say, you've got to walk before you can run. They've got to establish something first of all. And, Connor DeVault looked like he was going to be able to gain a few yards. His first carry, 16 yards. I thought he ran tough a couple of times, but what has happened is when Farmington's tried to pass, they've been sacked, and then they put themselves behind the sticks. All of a sudden, you don't feel like you can establish that running game anymore. You've got to pass on those long downs.
Well, yeah, and what McClure's done so well is they put pressure on the quarterback all night long, and it looks like the sophomore Justin Boehm is going to be the starting quarterback coming back out here in the second half. And really, once you become one-dimensional and you can't get anything going in that passing game, you can kind of focus in on that run game, and that's kind of what happened. Connor DeVault started off, had a couple of really good runs, made a couple of guys miss hard, hitting that hole hard. But once really McClure was able to key in on that, he really didn't get much going there either.
And McClure has such a varied offense that it seems like when Farmington is able to maybe this one portion of it, well, they've got the ability to kind of shift to that. They have a quarterback that can run. They have a slippery running back, and I think that this quarterback Galen Brown, he might be a little bit better than the numbers suggest as well. He really hasn't had a lot of great games. He only averages about 73, 74 yards passing per game, and his touchdown to interception ratio came in with 2 picks and 2 interceptions. So the numbers aren't sparkling, but the classic competition they play certainly was very tough to start this year.
Yeah, and he's a great athlete, and he's a leader of this team. He's a senior. You've seen him out there, real tall kid, 6'4". He's led this offense on some very good drives, real discipline out there. He gets his guys in the right position. Haven't had a lot of penalties, and I tell you what, he's he's a heck of a player. And, you know, Farmington received a little bit of criticism this week, you know, from fans just kind of asking around the community. They said, why would you schedule a ranked 6A team for homecoming? But, you know, honestly, and I think Coach Vaughn will tell you, you know, they don't need to play these wash games where they're beating people 60-0. That really doesn't help you as a team.
Well, plus, I mean, I don't know if folks knew it, they were in a bind. Beaumont dropped their football program. At that point, you're lucky to find anybody that has an open date.
Yeah, anybody with an open date. The 6A teams usually don't have as many on the schedule, so, but, you know, Farmington really, this is a team, you're going to have to play teams like this in the state playoffs, and we'll see what happens in the second half here.
Schultz kicks it away, and the line driver taken by Hartrup. Hartrup follows that middle wedge, and a nice return once again out beyond the 35 to the 38-yard line. So the Farmington special teams look good, and as Luke forecasted for us, Justin Boehm, the quarterback, coming out. Boehm, the starter at the JV level. He does have a little bit of varsity action this year. Just a couple of tries, though, in passes. He does have a touchdown, an 83-yarder to Evan Donovan. They're going to throw him in here, though, and see if they can run that normal offense and see what they can do. Connor DeVault right beside him, stands to his left. Boehm dribbles the snap, and then he squares, fires, and chucks it out for a 5-yard gain. And guess who it's to? Evan Donovan.
Yeah, Boehm and Donovan really got a connection going. And we've seen that in the game against Hannibal, but first pass complete. That's a pretty good sign for the Farmington offense right now.
See if he can get those jitters down a little bit. And Boehm back in the gun. He's got DeVault beside him. DeVault hit in the backfield, spins, turns, pushes forward, and a good run just to get back to the line of scrimmage that time, as there was a bullet coming into the backfield. As soon as he grabbed the ball, middle linebacker Darrell Cooper was all over him.
Yeah, and that first snap back to Boehm, he mishandled it just a little bit. Luckily got that pass off, but let's hope that's not an issue.
Boehm crouches down to grab this one, fires this one deep. He's got Warren underneath it. Doug Warren at the 30, cuts back to the 25, cuts again, and he dives forward to the 20-yard line. Great pass by Boehm, and a gain of 36 yards.
What a great play by Boehm. We got a couple of penalty flags down there. Looks like Doug Warren might have got his face mask grabbed on no tackle.
You know, and that was the matchup, too. We said the cornerbacks are not extremely tall on this McClure North team. You've got Warren there at 6'4". We've seen him outleap people this year, and that was really the matchup. So not only did you throw at a tall guy, but Warren had a step on his man that time as well, and Boehm aired it out there for him to run underneath, and it was a shot to the head, and you can advance the football a little bit further down the field.
Well, Farmington's got an opportunity here. They can try that same play at the end of the first half there. Boehm to Warren. Warren just had two guys around him, had that guy knock it out at the last second. That time he picked it up. Warren made a nice play and even get a few bonus yards at the end of it.
Now, what will Farmington do now that they're into this red zone? See if they can capitalize here. Boehm back in the gun, hands it off to DeVault. DeVault steps back, slides to the outside, lowers the head, pounding it down near the goal line. And a nice gain by Connor DeVault of 8 yards.
Farmington offense getting that spark they haven't had all game long.
Well, Farmington, Luke, had a negative 4 yards in the first half. So they're quite a bit above that right now. DeVault standing to the left of Boehm, and this time DeVault was swallowed and taken down by D'Amico Crawford. They knew what was coming there. And it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for Farmington. They can get a first down at about the 1 yard line.
How about Justin Boehm coming out on this first drive, the sophomore, leading his team right down the field?
Now, Justin's a good runner, too, Luke, so we could see him run the football as well as we move along. Bad news here is there are flags in the air before this one snapped.
Probably going to be a legal procedure on offense.
That's usually your call.
Actually.
But it's offsides going against McClure North, and that might be enough if you have the sticks to make it a first down. We'll see. A penalty of 1 yard, but it could be a big one.
Usually they let the offense play whenever the defense jumps off sides like that, but apparently they felt like it was going to affect the offensive outcome anyway, so they stopped the play dead.
Oh, and it won't be enough for a first down. So you've got 3rd and about a half a yard from just inside of the 3.
This is where Farmington doesn't really have a goal line package where they line up underneath center. We'll see if that affects it.
I know Boehm, just a sophomore. He's 5'11", 160 pounds, but he is a very good runner. And DeVault, one of those hard-nosed guys as a runner, So DeVault's a pretty good option for running it, but if you want an extra blocker, you could send DeVault through the line. And as we said, Boehm a good runner. Justin with 5 carries this year for 27 yards coming in. And it'll be DeVault lining up right beside Boehm. 3rd and 1 from just inside of the 3-yard line for Farmington. Their biggest threat of the game so far, here's DeVault. And DeVault stretching toward the goal line. Can't make it into the end zone. But the question is, will it be enough for a first down?
Looks like that side judge is saying it's 4th down. It's going to be 4th and inches.
Boy, they didn't give him anything on that, did they? I thought Connor stretched out for that pretty well. So it will be 4th and short with Boehm and DeVault in the backfield. It's kind of now or never for these Farmington Knights. The ball spotted just outside of the 1-yard line, and now Farmington says, if there's a play we've got to get right tonight, this is it.
Absolutely. We don't know what we're going to dig deep into that playbook. Like I said, for a 4th and inches, you're snapping that ball about 5 yards deep anyways out of that shotgun formation. Really, I don't know if that power running game really makes a lot of sense right now, because that McClure defensive front has been so strong and so aggressive tonight.
Well, you got the front 4 of Aramis Jones, Jordan Harrell, Keith Jones, and D'Amico Crawford, but we've seen Daryl Cooper knife into the backfield from the middle linebacker spot, but the guy to me that has been the most disruptive tonight, Earl Kozart, coming off the edge.
Another thing I wanted to mention, Chad, on that deep pass play from Boehm, what we've seen from that Farmington quarterback that we didn't see was a quick drop and a quick read. Didn't waste a whole lot of time back there in the pocket and made a quick pass. And, you know, that speaks big of Boehm, because, you know, to see that out of a sophomore quarterback and get this team the spark they needed. And
yep, he trusted a wide receiver. It was one of those timing routes. You throw it up and let the big man go get it. And that was the big play so far. It went 36 yards. But now it's a 4th and less than 1 for Farmington. They've got it inside of the 3-yard line of McClure North. In the backfield, Justin Boehm and Connor DeVault. Boehm gets the snap. He's going to call his own number and dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Farmington. Now 28-6 McClure North, but it's a start for the Knights. And with 9:22 remaining in the 3rd, it's the sophomore Justin Boehm that calls his own number.
What a great play by Boehm. Just a quarterback keeper. Like you said, it came back 5 yards out of that shotgun snap, but he hit that hole so hard. I don't know if that McClure North front was expecting it, really. I mean, you would have thought they would, 4th and inches, but Boehm just, he wanted a little bit more.
He got there quick, and Logan Bradley comes on for the extra point and puts it up and through. 9:22 remaining in the 3rd. Signs of life for the Knights. 28-7. McClure North receives the kickoff after this 1-minute pause right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Hi, this is Jeff at Cartridge World. Customers continue to ask which cartridges we fill. Well, that's easy. Almost every ink and toner cartridge on the market today. And a lot of people ask where we're located. Well, that's easy too. Right next to Fitness Fuel on the back side of the Maple Valley Shopping Center in Farmington. And finally, many ask, will I save money? The easiest question yet. Of course you will. We're Cartridge World in Farmington. We make it easy for you to save money at Cartridge World.
Hi, this is Ann Java from Long John Silver's in A&W. Looking for some hot summer deals? Oh, do we have them. Our fish sandwich combo with fries and a drink for just $3.99. Or stop in for happy hour every day from 2 until 5 for half-price drinks, including our refreshing frozen lemonades and our brand new Louisiana sweet tea. Oh, do I feel cool already. That's Long John Silver's and A&W, conveniently located in Farmington's Maple Valley Center.
Logan Bradley angles this kick, and then it's taken all the way back at the 3-yard line, but chugging it out across the 30. That's a pretty nice return to hit the corner there. That was a tough ball to bring back for McClure North, and Carnell Cooper did it.
Well, Cooper picked up some nice blocks from his teammates down there. Just when you thought you might be able to pin him inside the 10-yard line, got some heck of a blocks down there and brought it all the way back out.
Well, that's a beautiful kick by Bradley. Wasn't the way he angled it in there, but a good return by Cooper. So 1st and 10 for McClure North, and now the defense's turn to try to make a stand here. 9:14 remaining in the 3rd. 28-7. The first half belonged to McClure North, and we're in the second half now. Quarterback Galen Brown has that running back Antoine Williams behind him. Williams with 100 first half yards, and he is driven down to the turf by Ryder Garrett, the first man to meet him right there. And has help from his friend as well, but pretty nice play on just a 2-yard pickup.
Well, I tell you what, Ryder made the great play. That cutback's been killing the Farmington defense all night. Ryder was right there and wrapped him up, stopped him for about a 2-yard gain. Amston came in and assisted with that tackle.
2nd and 8. Wide receiver to the right side, Peter Jackson. McClure North moving from our left to our right. White uniforms, silver helmets, blue numbers and letters. Galen Brown under center. It's an offset eye. They hand it off to the tailback, Williams again. Williams gets through the middle, and this time he breaks free for a first down. Connor DeVault caught him at the 50, but not before he gained 15 yards.
Yeah, Williams, I've said it so many times tonight, he gets out in that open field. You're just lucky to grab a hold of something you don't let go, and that's what Connor DeVault did until he got some teammates over there to help him. Hartrip came over. Hartrip's dropped a few balls tonight, but he's really been playing pretty well on defense and in special teams, returning some kicks.
I agree. Well, Williams a shifty running back, and he has that huge offensive line up there that blows those holes open for him. 1st and 10, and the nose of the football just across the 50 into Farmington territory for McClure North. Galen Brown under center, hands to Smith, the fullback, and Smith runs into a pile, but then runs out of it. He's to the 35-30, cuts back to the 25-20, and now he goes to the 10, to the 5, diving forward to the 3-yard line. A gain of 46 yards.
Yeah, that was just a simple fullback dive, and he came through the hole, and a couple of Farmington guys got some hands on him, but they just couldn't bring him down. That big, stout running back, Kyle Warren, finally be able to push him out there at about the 3-yard line.
Well, Keith Smith's center of gravity so low, 5'9", 195 pounds, and he just stayed lower than the tackler.
That's how they teach it.
So Williams dots that eye in the backfield. Smith right in front of him. It's a straight eye this time. Galen Brown has it on the option, fumbled it on the turf, now picked it back up, tries to slip a couple of tackles, but he goes down. That's Ethan Hennis on top of him there. That's a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, if you remember in the first half, the last 2 offensive possessions for McClure North, they actually were forced to punt by the Farmington defense. Just unfortunately gave up that punt block for a touchdown. Otherwise,
that's a big one.
Yeah, it sure is.
We could be talking about a 2-score game right now.
Yeah. They got to limit those big plays, especially in the second half, and that run by Smith there, definitely a little bit deflating.
So 2nd and goal from the 7, McClure North football. Brown just fumbled it on an option, picked it back up, regained possession. Now he's going to step under center once again. Another straight eye, Smith in front of Williams. Galen Brown barks it out. He's going to go option right side this time, dives into the pack, and gang tackled at the 5-yard line. So he gains 2 yards back. Doug Warren comes off the bottom of the pile.
Doug Warren, nice play there. He was going for that ball. I thought he was going to strip it out. You almost heard me gasp there, but still good enough to bring him down for only a minimal gain.
You know, he did. He tried to knife in there and wrap that football, but you got to give Galen Brown some credit. He felt the pressure and tucked it tight.
Yeah, and actually that fumbled snap will go really the only mistake Brown's made tonight.
He hadn't made many. 3rd and goal from the 5. Great wide receiver Peter Jackson wide to the left side, twins to the right. Harvey and Halsey. They'll go to Williams, the tailback. Williams trying to nose toward the end zone and stop just short at the 2. So it'll be a 4th and goal from the 2 after a gain of 3 there.
Really a big, huge down for this Farmington defense. You don't have to worry about the long pass, so Peter Jackson's downfield speed really can't hurt you here. So it's really going to be these guys up front getting pressure on Brown and that running back grabbing. Actually,
left-footed kicker Zach Schultz coming on, and he's looking at a 20-yard field goal basically, and it's an extra point here. The holder is the quarterback, Galen Brown. And McClure North looking for 3 more points here. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd frame. Snap was good. The hold is down, and the kick is up and through. Just snuck it in the left upright.
Yeah,
5:54.
Set up that field goal. I thought they were going to go for it, but being up 28-7,
get points when you can get them, right?
I guess so.
31-7 the score. McClure North leads it. 5:54 remaining in the 3rd. Tell you about the kickoff after this 30-second pause on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Captain D's in Farmington announces their dozen butterfly shrimp meal with 2 sides and 2 hush puppies for $5.99. Plus, you'll get your choice of 4 different sauces like Southwest Chipotle, Brown Sugar Bourbon, Hickory Barbecue, or Orange Glazed Sweet Chili. What are you waiting for? Get to Captain D's across from the Family Center on Highway 221 in Farmington. For food you just gotta have. That's Captain D's, Highway 221 in Farmington.
Well, the Farmington defense surrendering yardage that time, but surrendering only 3 points rather than the 6 or 7. And Justin Boehm just led this team on a touchdown drive last possession, so Farmington certainly with a better third quarter than they had first half. 5:54 remaining in this third frame. It's a squib kick, and it's picked up by Kyle Warren at the 18-yard line. Warren taking it along that far sideline, jumped on top of by D'Amico Crawford at the 28. So Justin Boehm led the offense to a touchdown in coming out for this third quarter of play. Let's see if he can do it again. 31-7. McClure North leads it. 5:48 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, another thing, another long drive. They only got 3 points out of it for McClure North Stars. But they did take a lot of time off the clock and, marched it down the field, and they've been doing that all night.
Yeah, you're right. Justin Boehm's back in the gun. Just to his left, Connor DeVault. He has 2 wide receivers to each side. Bain on the slant route, and a wonderful catch by Kyle Hartrup. Now Hartrup puts his head down and bowls over 3 tacklers to the 38-yard line. A gain of 9 yards from Hartrup. That was probably his most difficult chance of the night, and he got it.
Yeah, Doug Warren on the outside, run a little fade pattern. Kyle Hartrup came underneath on a little crossing route. Great concentration, grabbed that ball. Doug Warren wanted to throw a block for him, maybe spring him, but Kyle went back inside, and just short of his first down right now.
Well, Boehm had a similar situation that he plunged into the end zone all by himself on the last drive. This time, he'll keep it as well, and Boehm navigates his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 9 yards for Justin Boehm. He's got some nice feet on him, doesn't he?
Sure does, just showing his quickness. That's something we really didn't get a chance to see maybe in that first game, but wow, I'll tell you what.
Twins to each side, DeVault right beside Boehm, and this Farmington offense moving now. At its own 47, 1st and 10. Boehm throws it up top, and coming underneath of it, Doug Warren has it again, down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 22 yards.
Tell you what, Doug Warren going out there against Harvey on the corner. Big height advantage for Warren. They're going to have to exploit that a few more times if they want to get back in this game.
That's the matchup that they like over there. And now Boehm hands it off to DeVault. Connor breaks 1 tackle, spins forward, and then shoved back. Just too many tacklers that time. And the final man there to bring him down, the quarterback, end the safety, Galen Brown, a gain of 3.
Nice play by DeVault just to hold on to that ball. It could have easily popped out of there on that play.
Like the play call there, though. Trying to keep this McClure defense off balance. Boehm back in the gun. Scrambling to his left. Looking downfield. Fires. And gets it complete once again to his man, Doug Warren. Down inside the 20-yard line. You can move the sticks again on a gain of 11 yards. Boehm keeping the play alive that time, Luke, with his feet.
Yeah, nice play to his left. Warren working again on Harvey. Ran a little 10-yard hitch there. Came back to Boehm, and that was a nice play.
This offense coming to life behind backup quarterback Justin Boehm, just a sophomore. And he throws the out route this time. This time it's just a little bit too high for Evan Donovan.
Yeah, Boehm's got to be careful. They had 2 guys out there in the flat on the defense. McClure North could have easily picked that ball off and taken it back for 6 the other way.
You know, you're right. But what Boehm is doing that Busenbark, quite honestly, didn't do is getting it out.
Yeah.
And Busenbark got sacked so many times in the first half.
Making some quick decisions in there, Boehm is, for sure.
So a 2nd and 10, and Boehm hands it off this time to DeVault. DeVault follows some blockers and then breaks a tackle or 2, and he dives forward on a 6-yard gain.
Farmington knocking on the door. They held McClure to only 3 points on their last possession, so a touchdown here would be huge.
3rd and 4. Farmington offense trying to push forward. They've got it the McClure North 14-yard line. Justin Boehm, the quarterback, throws it up top into the end zone, and this pass is picked off by McClure North. A great interception out there by Rajay Harvey. His 4th interception of the season. He leads the team in that category. And that time the pass thrown just before Warren came in and then back out of his break. A tough play, and Harvey played it perfectly.
Well, Boehm, we've been praising him so far for getting that ball out of his hands so quickly. Right then, he just threw it to the corner of his own, hoping his man Warren would be there, and Warren actually had to turn into a defender and try to break that catch up, but nice play there by the McClure defender.
Well, Warren did. He turned into a defensive back, and you could see him just try to break that thing up. He gave it a nice try. Well, good drive by Farmington. And they do turn it over, Luke, but the Farmington offense moving it much more effectively than they did in the first half.
Yeah, they came out and showed some life under Boehm, and you got to give them credit, but, man, that was a huge turnover.
Yeah, you're right. In the end zone. Ball picked off. Offset eye. Smith in front of Williams. Williams has it right between the guards. He has huge hole to run through right there. And he jitterbugs right down the middle of the field for 11 yards before he's brought down by Connor DeVault. Antoine Williams with 17 carries. He's got 135 yards now. And Williams last week against Lafayette had 20 carries for 143, so a very similar game for him this week. His high came against McClure, 174 yards. He had 3 touchdowns in that one.
Yeah, he's definitely been a big playmaker. Another senior tailback. This team's got a lot of seniors like the Farmington team, and you can definitely tell out there they're a very disciplined team and run their offense well.
Peter Jackson wide to the left side. It's Harvey and Holsey off to the right. They give us to Smith. He spins in the hole. Now spins again. Looks like a buck and bowl in there. And he's got an 8-yard gain. A few moves by him there. 7 carries for Smith. He has 66 yards.
Yeah, Smith is a tough ball carrier, hard to bring down.
Boy, at 5'9" and 195, I didn't know he could spin so fast. That was a heck of a carry, though. Smith in front of Williams. They run a straight eye here. They run a straight and an offset eye, and Smith gets the ball again, runs into the middle.
Once again, McClure North just keep it getting first down after first down, eating up that clock. Really going to cut into the chances of a Farmington comeback.
Drove it all the way to the Farmington 3-yard line on its last possession, but the Knights stiffened and held them to a field goal. 3 minutes and counting down in this third quarter, 31-7. McClure North leads Farmington. The dangerous Peter Jackson wide to the left side. They usually run twins to one side, one off to the other side, and then they'll go with a fullback and a tailback. This time the quarterback keeps it on the option play, and Galen Brown driven down. That was, I think that was Brian Capias, wasn't it?
Well, Roper Garrett came in at the end, really put him down there. They've done a nice job of containing Galen Brown, especially after that first series when he had that huge run for over 50 yards that really kind of sparked the first touchdown. They've done a nice job of containing him.
Yeah, he had the 52-yard carry and just 26 yards since then on his next 7 carries. 2nd and 9. The offset eye with Smith right up against the line. Blocks for Williams. Williams dances around one man. Now sprints by another one. And then falls down inside of Farmington's 45. A gain of 12 yards.
I think you almost got to credit the tackle there to his own teammate. I think he tripped over his leg. The guy was trying to make a block for him. And one guy they really haven't contained is Antoine Williams.
Antoine Williams with a terrific night. 18 carries and 147 yards. As we told you, a season high 174. He's not there yet, but he's sure on pace.
Williams is over there. He's still in the huddle beating his helmet because he knows he had a touchdown there. He just ended up tripping over his own guy.
He's not only straight line explosive, but you see when Farmington's able to get a tackler there near that mesh point, he sidesteps so deftly.
Well, I remember an old coach told me there's guys that are fast down the field, and then there's guys that get to full speed within 2 or 3 steps, and those are the real dangerous guys.
That's Williams. And now play action fake. Galen Brown goes up top to Peter Jackson. Jackson flies by the defender and grabs it for a touchdown. A 42-yard touchdown pass. Galen Brown to Peter Jackson.
Nothing Hartrup and Ward could do there. Peter Jackson just displaying that 4.4 speed. I mean, there's not another kid probably in this side of the state that can run something that fast. If there is, I'd be surprised to see him, and bobbled it a little bit, but finally brought it in. He almost ran out of the end zone before he completed the catch.
He's a flyer.
So fast.
Absolute flyer.
Was a real nice play by Jackson there, and Galen Brown just throwing it up there to him, letting him run underneath it.
As good of a football player as he is, they say he might play baseball at the next level.
Oh, he must be a real heck of a baseball player.
Well, Brown fumbles the snap, runs the fire drill, and then dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Yeah, so even if it goes bad, it goes well for McClure North tonight.
I'm not sure if that's a play if you're a coach, you want to see your starting quarterback diving over the end zone in a blowout game right now.
39-7. McClure North back in charge. 1:46 remaining in the third, and we're back with your kickoff in 30 seconds on Super Talk 800 KREI.
is finally here. Parkland CrossFit has opened their new downtown Farmington facility, the area's first and only CrossFit affiliate, specializing in elite group fitness, sport-specific athletic training, general physical preparedness training for all ages and skill levels. Our professional coaches are on hand for every workout. No more guessing what to do. Check out our grand opening September 24th, barbecue and fitness competition. More details on parklandcrossfit.com. Call or text 518-4393.
Dirt. Plow it, till it, grade it, put some seed in it, and mow it. If that's your desire, Coles Tractor and Equipment has the implement for you. Coles Tractor and Equipment stocks pretty much everything implement you're looking for, and at the best price, too. In fact, you'll find the largest selection of implements around. Stop by and see why. They've been in business since 1989. Coles Tractor and Equipment Sales Incorporated, just 1 mile east of Farmington on Highway 32, or call 573-756-4353.
Kyle Hartrup grabbed that kickoff return at the 15 and then leaps over one man, brought down at the 25. I know Justin Boehm threw the interception the last time down, Luke, but the sophomore, the backup, I think he's acquitted himself pretty well. He kind of got the offense jump-started for the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, he did make a mistake there, but, sophomore quarterback coming in, and he's done a lot of good things here in the second half, so let's see what happens next.
So Boehm's back in the gun. He's going to run the keeper. Faked at that time to Greco, then tucked in behind him in the middle of the field. Gained 2. Justin Boehm was tackled for losses his first 2 tries, but he's back in positive territory now, 5 carries and 6 yards, so 2nd and 8. Farmington football at its own 28-yard line. A minute 20 remaining in the fourth. 39-7, McClure North leads here. Boehm back in the gun. The snap is low. He goes down to get it. Fires it over the middle to Evan Donovan. Donovan catches it in traffic and then scoots it forward to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Yeah, Boehm hitting one of his favorite targets, and Evan Donovan coming out of that slot right there. Just ran a little crossing slant and hit him. Nice pickup for a first down.
Well, Boehm's throwing the ball with pretty decent anticipation. He did have the one mistake, as you mentioned, but he's throwing that as his receivers come out of their breaks rather than waiting until they're wide open. He's anticipating, something that Kurt Warner did so well up the road a little bit. Boehm deploys 3 to the left side, 1 to the right. 1st and 10 Farmington. Got it at their own 45. Snap low again. Boehm fires it out, and this time it's dropped on the ground by Doug Warren.
Yeah, we're seeing some good things out of this Farmington offense this half. One thing I have noticed, it doesn't look like McClure's defense, being up 38-7 right now, is blitzing as much, possibly giving Boehm a little bit more time than Busenbark had in the first half.
They might be. Greco is the running back. Connor DeVaults is out as a slot wide receiver. And Boehm in the pocket, rushed, pressured, now fires it and completes it. Well, it wasn't the prettiest looking thing, but it is a 3-yard completion to Doug Warren.
Boehm did a great job keeping that player alive in the pocket. Just bounced around, bounced off a few McClure North defenders before just going up top and hitting the guy, Doug Warren, right there in the middle of the field.
And you know what he did that's sometimes hard for a good running quarterback that's young? Instead of just scrambling and running, he slid in the pocket and found that soft spot. He's able to complete it. Now Boehm rolls to the right side. Looking down the field, nowhere to go, fires it toward the middle, and completed it to Evan Donovan. How about that from Boehm and a gain of 11 yards?
He's made some heck of throws on this, and really getting that Farmington sideline charged up right now, and we might start to see a few more blitzes if Boehm's going to keep picking them apart like this.
9 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and 39-7, an awful long way for Farmington to come here, especially considering you've still got to stop that McClure North offense, but they've had a little spark here in the second half as Anthony Greco gets it on the right side, and Greco runs it for 8 yards, but then the ball is tugged at, he fumbles it, and McClure North has it back on the final play of the third. So 39-7. And Farmington moving the football, but gives it away on its second consecutive possession. And we've got your fourth quarter coming up in a minute on KREI.
Stop. Don't do it. Don't buy a pre-owned vehicle without seeing what Auto Centers Bonne Terre can do for you. Hi, I'm Jason Hale, owner, Auto Centers Bonne Terre. And because we sell our entire inventory every month, I guarantee our cost is lower, ensuring you a better price, better trade, and ultimately better payments. Come buy it right at Auto Centers Bonne Terre.
gentle dentist, Dr. Mike at St. Francis Plaza Dental, says he hears from patients all the time, I wish I'd taken better care of my teeth when I was a kid. Well, if you've got kids, don't let that sentiment repeat itself. Dr. Mike believes good dental hygiene is so important that your kid's first visit is free. Let Dr. Mike help your kids in a safe, pain-free environment that will help them keep that beautiful smile beautiful. Learn more at yourgentledentist.com.
I'm Dr. Mike, your gentle dentist. I'm gentle with people and gentle with prices.
We go to the fourth frame, 39-7, and even while Farmington is able to play better football, Luke, and they have, definitely, in the second half of play, a few mistakes have cost them here in the second half.
Well, yeah, Anthony Greco got in there and got a carry. He doesn't see a lot of playing time at that running back position, but if you've been watching this game tonight, you know those McClure guys are going to go after that ball when they're trying to tackle you.
Always seems like that happens on that extra effort, and that's what he did. He broke a few tackles, tried to make that extra effort and get down the field, and that's where they stand you up and rip that ball loose, and that's what happened on that last play. The play to the middle of the line just buried that time. Kyle Van Ness, the nose guard, plugged the whole thing up, and so no gain for Keith Smith there.
Farmington's defense still giving a good effort. You know, these guys have really played pretty decent aside from those first two drives of the game, two to three offensive drives with McClure. And then they gave up a big play, I guess, the last possession, that big run by Smith. But tell you what, it's just been a tough night in almost every phase of the game for Farmington.
Well, you knew this McClure team was a great ball club, and you get up to that Class 6 level, they have athletes. I mean, it's good football. It's very good football. It's among the best in the state.
Well, sure, and even Coach Vaughn made mention, he wouldn't be surprised to see them representing the east side of Missouri in that Show Me Bowl in November.
Galen Brown pitches it back to Williams, and Williams has a hole to run through. It closes finally after 5 yards. So another 5-yard gainer as Ryder Garrett is there to make the stop.
Yeah, the Farmington Knights are definitely in some unfamiliar territory tonight. They're usually on the other side of these 39-7 scores. What's going to be interesting to see how the coaches deal with it and how it translates in the next week when they open up their conference play.
Jackson here next week. Or Poplar Bluff, beg your pardon, then Jackson. Here's a give right up the middle. That's Smith, just trying to churn those legs. Oh, he shoves forward for almost 4 yards. That's pretty stout running right there, as Roper Garrett finally brings him in. Didn't look like there was 4 yards to be had there.
Sure did. Now, we might see, looks like the punt team's going to come out, and a nice stop by the Farmington defense again.
Dug in. Made the stop. And punter Schultz comes out. A couple of return men for Farmington here. DeVault joined
Hartrip. That's Kyle Hartrip. He's had a couple of good returns tonight on the kickoff team.
Yep. Snap is good. Some pressure on the punter, but he's able to get it away. And now DeVault does grab it at the 35, but fumbles it. Oh, mercy. And I think Galen Brown hopped on top. It's that quarterback flying down the field and making another play. That's the fourth turnover of the game, Luke, by Farmington. 2 of them have come on special teams.
I just want to say, you usually don't see your starting quarterback playing the gunner position on a punt team, but he got down there and hopped on that ball, put the pressure on DeVault, just couldn't keep his concentration. Another costly turnover, and, yeah, you get yourself in a tough game like this. It's frustrating, but one thing these coaches don't like to see is mental breakdowns. You still want to play good, sound football, even if you are outscored at this point.
Peter Jackson, the wide receiver, off to the left side. We've seen his abilities tonight. And instead, they'll flip it off to the right side. That's to Rajay Harvey. And Rajay just goes on that curl routes and settles in that little seam for a 7-yard gain. Galen Brown with the pass. Galen has been steely efficient tonight. 9 completions on 14 attempts for 155 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Well, he's been very good. Galen came into tonight with only 2 touchdown passes on the year, so he's had more of them tonight than he's had first 4 games combined. Here's a 2nd and 3. Williams, the deep setback, pitch it to him. He tries to get the corner, and he does so. He's got the corner and more to the 20, to the 10, and McClure North starting to close the door on the Knights tonight. 30-yard touchdown run by Antoine Williams.
Only about 4 plays after that turnover. Had great field position and nothing you do. Story we've been saying all night long. Once Williams hits that outside, nobody's going to catch him.
Well, the defensive line by Farmington got blown off the ball that time, and when you're moving backwards, you can't catch up with Williams. And such a huge disparity in size. And it's the first time we really have seen it show up and matter, Luke, because this is the McClure North front line that averages nearly 280 pounds. The front three for Farmington on the defensive side gives up 68 pounds a man. And now here's an interception by Kyle Van Ness on the blown extra point attempt. The nose guard gets an interception. Well, he'll remember that one. He'll remember that one. 9:03 left to play in the fourth. 45-7. It's McClure North over Farmington, and we're back with your kickoff on the other side of this 30-second pause on Super Talk 800 KREI Farmington.
Need it, want it, rent it, own it. Come to Show Me Rent to Own.
Hi, I'm Gary Romine, owner of Show Me Rent to Own. If you can hear this ad, then there's a Show Me Rent to Own location near you. Want a new laptop or big screen TV? Shop Show Me Rent to Own. Need a new washer and dryer? Shop Show Me Rent to Own. We have what you want and need. Want it, need it, rent it, own it. Show Me Rent to Own.
The Show You Rental Company of the Show Me State.
Dirt. Plow it, till it, grade it, put some seed in it, and mow it. If that's your desire, Coles Tractor and Equipment has the implement for you. Coles Tractor and Equipment stocks pretty much everything implement you're looking for, and at the best price, too. In fact, you'll find the largest selection of implements around. Stop by and see why. They've been in business since 1989. Coles Tractor and Equipment Sales Incorporated, just 1 mile east of Farmington on Highway 32, or call 573-756-4353.
Another exciting return by Kyle Hartrup as Hartrup finds an alley on the left side of that wedge on the kickoff return. Takes it over to that far sideline. Rushes it all the way back into McClure North territory. Farmington football at the McClure North 45-yard line.
Yeah, nice. Kyle just followed his blocks. He got that seam up the sideline. He's got some good speed. Like I said, he's been matched up on Peter Jackson at defensive back end most of the night. So Farmington considers him one of his fastest guys.
Well, Farmington, the victim of a moving clock tonight, as they've been on the other side of that most of the year. And a nice pass that time by Justin Bain. That's probably the tightest spot that he's fitted into as he hit Alex Sebastian on the run for a 6-yard pickup. Just that skinny slant.
Yeah, and hopefully after the game we can get maybe a little update on what happened to Chase Busenbark. Bain's filled in nicely, but sure would be nice to have Busenbark back for next week. For sure.
Bain pulls the snap off the turf and then scrambles to get in passing position. They're not going to give Doug Warren his forward momentum and say that he picked up just 2 yards there. But another completion, and that's courtesy of the good mobility of Justin Bain.
Yeah, you definitely got to like that if you're the Farmington coaches. He's filled in nicely. And, you know, against a good team, too.
There's a 3rd and 2, and that snap once again. Loewy's had to pull that thing off the turf most of the time. He chucks this one out and completes it to Hartrup. He did that one off of his back foot. Hartrup changes to the left to the right hand, cuts back, and finally shoved out at the 11-yard line. And it's a gain of 25 yards. And Bain showing some good arm strength that time, throwing that one off of his back foot.
Yeah, really got forced out of the pocket, had to roll out to his right, and Hartrup was just sitting open down there in the flat, settled down, caught it, and made a couple guys miss. Nice play by Kyle Hartrup and Justin Bain.
Terrific pass and catch, and now Bain runs the keeper here. Doesn't have much room to run, and he's shoved down right at the, just inside the 11. They say he gained a yard.
Hartrup, a couple of big plays on this drive, you know, the big kickoff return and then a nice grab and go there.
3 wide receivers to the left. Sebastian, the lone man, off to the right side. Bain, the quarterback's back in the gun. He's got DeVault beside him. Bain rolling, firing, completes to Dunovit. Dunovit trying to lean toward the end zone. He won't have a touchdown, but he does near first down yardage on a gain of 8. And Bain, after firing the football in a couple of times, showed some very nice touch on that one.
Yeah, just lobbed it over there. Dunovit actually made a nice one-handed grab. Luckily, he got it in there and secured it before the third defense came in.
3rd and 2, you've got Connor DeVault and Justin Bain both in the backfield. Both can run. And the worst news possible, a flag before the play starts. Now, I say that's the worst news. If it goes against the defense, it's not.
Well, we seen him jump a while ago.
The officials look over to the sideline and say it is indeed against the defense. So to bring up a 3rd and 1. Penalty, the second penalty we've seen by of just about 1 yard by this McClure North team.
It still won't give Farmington the first down, but same position here, about 3rd and inches.
3rd and about a half yard. Bame gives to DeVault this time, and Connor stretching toward the end zone. He can't break the barrier, but I think he's got the first down here. It sure looks like it to me.
Yeah, it's going to be spotted right about the half-yard line. That's got to be good enough for a first down.
The officials look at the sticks and still are not making a determination.
Well, they're going to measure it. I mean, from up here, it looks like he's definitely got it.
Boy, I sure thought he did. Maybe I don't have a good angle.
Well, I've seen a couple of balls tonight that were spotted. I thought they would have measured. They went ahead and called a first down. Tonight, they just down here by the goal line. I guess they want to make sure.
They bring the sticks out. They'll stretch them. And how is the eyesight of Luke Mill and Chad Speaker? Not very good. They're a couple inches short. I thought for sure he had it.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to say my eyesight's that bad just yet. I don't know about that spot down there. Maybe I'll blame it on the official. But no, like I said, I thought it looked good from here, but it will be 4th and very short.
Well, the only touchdown of the game came in almost this exact position. Ball at about the 1 yard line. It was 4th down, and Justin Bame ran it in.
Yeah, real quick snap. Ran it hard up the middle and just beat that McClure defenders to that spot he wanted.
The defense all stacked up against this Farmington offense, piling right in the middle there. And Farmington calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here during this break. Don't want to miss this next play. You know what? Think about player of the game. I'm kind of, Justin Bame is putting himself in position. He threw the interception, but, you know, I mean, he's the guy that came in the 3rd quarter. Your starter goes down. I thought he gave the team a little spark. And the game's not over. I'm just saying as a candidate right now.
Justin Bame's definitely made a name for himself. He's came in, and not an easy position for a young guy, a sophomore, come in on homecoming against a big 6A school, and yeah, he's played pretty well in the second half. Did have an interception down there in the end zone while ago that might have gave Farmington a chance, but you never know. And, yeah, Justin Bames played well.
Doug Warren.
Kyle Hartrup's made a couple of nice catches in the second half when he dropped a few in the first, and he's definitely played well on defense, I think.
I think Doug Warren has our Captain D's catch of the game. He leapt high for a couple of those. He got more crunch for his lunch at Captain D's across from the Family Center on Highway 221 in Farmington. So DeVault's and Bame in the backfield, 4th and inches, and the ball's on the McClure North 1 yard line. McClure North stacking the middle of their defense, and they're going to play power football as Bame dives for the end zone and leaps in. Touchdown, Justin Bame. Bame has 2 touchdown runs tonight and went aerial for that one.
Nice play. This drive started off from Farmington, was actually in McClure's territory after that nice kickoff by Kyle Hartrip. And after a couple penalties, a 4th down, Bame able to put it in and, you know, had the stats a little bit, and but showing some good things.
Farmington will go for 2 here. They're down by 32 points. And Bame and DeVault looked over to the sideline, off to their left. Wide receiver off to the left side is Doug Warren. He's got the man-to-man coverage over there. Bame gets the snap, just going to throw it tall for Warren over there. Warren leaps, grabs 2 points.
Boy, I like that play. I was kind of hoping to see it on a 3rd down earlier in this second half. Instead, actually threw it up there, got it intercepted. But Doug Warren, the kind of player that you can do that with, and you got to take that mismatch when you got it.
That was just kind of a no-brainer, Luke. We can see it coming. That's why I mentioned on the left side he had the one-on-one coverage. All right, so our score now 45-15, and McClure North still on top. 5:23 remaining in the 4th. Tell you about the kickoff in a half a minute right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Farmington is proud to be a part of the community and is committed to being a good corporate citizen and partner in the Farmington community. Accent Marketing in Farmington wish all the area athletes a great season and encourages people everywhere to attend and support area sporting and community events. Accent Marketing believes in supporting and encouraging our area youth and believes in community in which we live. This message brought to you by your friends at Accent Marketing in Farmington.
Kick from Logan Bradley, and this thing is on the turf. And who has it? It looked like Farmington had a pretty good beat on the thing, and it might be changing hands there in the bottom of the pile. The Knights have it. The Knights have it. They execute the onside kick to perfection, and it's Kyle Hartrip that comes off the bottom of the pile with the football. And Luke, that time, Farmington never even spread out. They went right from that middle huddle. They were all scrummed together, and they all just sprinted in unison toward that football. And Bradley comes up with a gem of an onside boot, just rolled across 10 yards, and Hartrip hopped on top.
Yeah, and really what happened is I think Logan Bradley was leading the way there. He basically just hit that first guy, so Hartrip would come in and land on that ball.
Farmington football once again after the touchdown and the onside kick. Here's Justin Boehm. Boehm's back in the pocket, little time to throw. Fires it out to Hartrip. Hartrip has a first down and more, and he pushes his way down to the 32-yard line, and that's a gain of 16 yards.
You got to like to see this. These guys are down by 30 points right now. Just over 5 minutes left in this game, but they're still playing hard and with a lot of energy.
Justin Boehm now with 171 yards passing, and he's got 2 rushing touchdowns. So Justin Boehm, the quarterback, the sophomore, the backup after Chase Busenbark went out with an injury. Pass complete. This is Evan Donovan. Donovan down to nearly the 25-yard line. Thought it might have been a face mask. I guess they said they got the shirt instead. It's a gain of 6 yards.
Yeah, Boehm made another nice play just to the other side of the field, another little 5-yard out. Donovan actually turned it back up inside. I thought he might try to get out of bounds and serve some of that clock, though.
4:50 and counting down. In the backfield, Boehm and Connor DeVault. Twin wide receivers to each side. Boehm barks it out. Calls for the football. Has it. Breaks the pocket. Is he going to run with it? Now he tucks it. Here he goes to the 20. And he's finally tackled by Joshua Holsey. But it's a first down for Farmington and a gain of 8 yards for Justin Boehm.
Well, nice offensive possession for the Knights right now. Boehm is leading his team. Stepping in as a sophomore, you got a lot of seniors out there on that squad on those wide receiver positions, but he's running it as effectively as he can. 1st and 10, Farmington. Ball at the 18-yard line of McClure North. Boehm back in the shotgun, throws it over the middle. Pass intended for Hartrip, and what a breakup. An incredible defensive play that time. Coming across the middle to tap it down, Terrence Hollium. What a play. Oh, wow, that was. Hartrip was there, and he knew he had it too, but what a great defensive play by McClure North there.
Well, that was incredible. I thought the pass was great. That was just a defensive gem right there.
It did look good, and Boehm, quick release, sitting back. He's finding his target, not wasting any time back there.
2nd and 10, and now here's a flag before the play ever starts.
This might be on McClure again, lining up in that neutral zone.
Well, we've seen a couple of them already, and it's the same type of situation, the flag before the start of the play. And that's exactly what it is, Luke. A good call.
Yeah, them guys are just trying to get that jump. We've seen that pressure all game long, but really only here in the second half have we seen McClure start to be kind of undisciplined and get those neutral zone infractions, giving Farmington free yardage there.
Might be a case of just a little too late for Farmington, 45-15, and you're probably not going to come back and win this game, but boy, you can at least feel good about how you finish if you continue to play this way. As Justin Boehm looks at a 2nd and 5 now. Boehm in the shotgun under heavy pressure, throws it right before he got hit, and he threw it out of the back of the end zone. Well, that was about a perfect play for Boehm. Nobody had a chance to catch it other than his guy, and he didn't get sacked.
He did, really. He did take a big hit there after he released it. Those 2 ends came across, and first time he's really seen some pressure like that here in a few plays.
Yeah, they did bring in the pressure on him. D'Amico Crawford came in, 3rd and 5 now. Boehm with 2 wide receivers to each side once again. Snap is low, goes down to get it. Fires it to the end zone, and this pass is underthrown, tapped, and before it was tapped, it was Alex Sebastian that got tackled in the end zone. I mean tackled. Brian Hurd was all over him.
Well, what I think Sebastian does, he came into that end zone, tried to run a curl, come back for that ball. Sebastian stopped him from it, and that's whenever it was tipped.
Pass interference on McClure. That's the right call.
Sebastian would have had a play on that ball, but he got held up there, and that is a good play.
Now, if he would have tapped that before contact was made, well, then you can make contact after it's tapped, but the contact, I thought, clearly came before the ball arrived.
Yeah, he tried to come back on that ball, and he clearly wasn't allowed to.
So a bit of good fortune for Farmington, something we've not seen a whole lot of in this game. Justin Boehm, the quarterback. Ball's now inside of the 10-yard line of McClure North. We're at the 4:09 mark of the fourth frame. And it's first and goal for the Knights. Hand it off to Connor DeVault. DeVault looking for that right corner, and he's tripped up at the 10-yard line. Just too much speed that time by the defense of the Stars. That's Terrence Holliam once again. He's made two terrific defensive plays in this series.
Yeah, and the running game for Farmington really just hasn't got off the ground, so to speak, in this second half. Baines made some nice plays with his own legs and throwing the ball, though.
There's a loss of 4 for DeVault right there. DeVault with 31 yards, and now here's a completion to Donovan. Donovan stretching for the end zone, spins, dives. He's on the 1-yard line. A gain of 10 yards. Well, we know what the play is now, right, Luke? Yeah. Quarterback keeper.
Well, it's worked a couple of times tonight. Fortunately, not a little bit earlier in the game like we would have hoped, but Baines definitely showed he can handle this offense down here on the goal line. 3rd and goal from the 1. And Boehm hands it off this time to DeVault, and DeVault is stopped. He is just stonewalled right there at the goal line. And getting off the bottom of that pile. Well, you know what play I want to see here. Doug Warren lined up on the outside there. You got to throw that fade to him in the corner of the end zone.
That's what you want. That was Kawan Harris making a great defensive stop. So now we have a 4th down. And this is, well, 2 touchdowns for Farmington have both come on 4th down from the 1. Both times it's been Justin Boehm. He tries it again, and this time he's stopped. McClure North came up and just stopped him cold. That's a heck of a defensive stop. That's Aramis Jones, 6 foot, 272 pounds. Boehm couldn't get in. You got to tip your cap on that one.
Yeah, nice defensive stand by McClure. You know, they're ahead. They're going to win this game, and, you know, they could have just been like, well, we gave up a touchdown at the end. It's not a big deal, but they got a lot of pride. They're well coached, obviously, what we've seen tonight. This team's probably going to do some special things this season, and it'll be interesting to keep up with the St. Louis Papers and see how they do.
Yeah, I agree. You know, whenever you see a performance like this against your team, you really want them to do pretty well. And now there's a handoff in the end zone. That's to Smith, and Smith got hit in the end zone. It was all he could do to muster it across the goal line. Just about a safety for the Farmington defense. Speaking of safeties by the Farmington defense, this stat won't hold true after this game, so I'll mention it now. Coming into this game, Luke, the special teams for Farmington and the defense had been so special that the Farmington special teams had outscored the opposition 32-21 this year.
Wow.
It's not going to be true after this game, but it was pretty nice while it lasted. And once again, a handoff to Smith, and Smith this time is stopped in the backfield and just got the nose of the football to the goal line. So another near safety. And it's a 3rd and 10 for McClure North.
Well, this game's not going to turn out the way these Farmington kids wanted it to. You know, being homecoming, they really wanted to come in here and pull off a win. It's not going to happen tonight, but if there's something they could take from this game, it's that they lined up toe-to-toe and, you know, they did some good things, and they showed they still got some room to grow, though.
Much better in the second half, and this time the tackle is made in the end zone, and it is a safety by this Farmington defense. The quarterback hit in the end zone for a safety. Great job by that Farmington defense, and that's got to be our collision of the game right there, a safety, doesn't it? Our crown collision of the game.
Hey, that was a nice play. I know Roper Garrett made a really nice play on the quarterback in the first half, but that's a pretty nice play right there, though.
I think it's great to see. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll take a quick break here and be back with your kickoff after this 30-second pause on KREI 45-17, and it's McClure North over Farmington.
Hi, this is Jeff Layton, owner of Megasports in Farmington. I'm excited to announce our new online hunting store at megasportsfarmington.com. On our new website, you'll find over 25,000 items, including rifles, shotguns, tactical guns, handguns, and black powder. Also, you'll find ammunition, reloading accessories, scopes, and a whole lot more. So if you purchase online, give us a shot at megasportsfarmington.com.
In the field or on the field, it's Megasports.
After the safety, it's Zach Schultz on for the free kick. Kicks it from the 20, fires it to Hartrip. He grabs it at the 35-yard line. Kyle Hartrip running from our left to our right. He's to the 40, gets a block. He's to the 30. He's to the 20, gets a block. And shoved out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Terrific return by Kyle Hartrip and a gain of 51 yards.
I tell you what, Kyle, real great kid. I coached him in track a couple years ago. He was just a freshman at the time. You know, he likes to cut up, have a good time, but he's played great football tonight on special teams, and you know, I think he's done pretty good on defense too, and he made some big catches on offense.
I bet he's well over 200 return yards tonight. Justin Boehm has directed this team to a couple of touchdowns, stopped at the 1 in the last possession, but just over a minute left to play. He's going to fire it over the middle this time, and this ball's picked off by Terrence Holliam. Holliam grabs it. He's at the 5, and now tackled at the 6-yard line. Terrence Holliam not listed as a starter on this defense, and in fact, Coach didn't tell me he even thought he'd play very much, but Terrence Holliam in the last 2 drives has made 3 exceptional defensive plays.
Yes, he has. And what can you say about this McClure North team? I mean, you know, Boehm dropped back, thought he had that guy coming over the middle, just threw it a little high, a little wobbly, and Holliam made a great play there. He sure did.
He makes a break on the ball. 5'8", 160. He's a senior. He's a good one. They're loaded with those guys. We're down to 1 minute and 5 seconds now. And the starter's still out there for McClure North. They hand it off to Smith. Smith breaks the tackle and then chisels his way behind that right tackle for 6 yards. And 54 seconds and counting down. Smith with a nice night. 13 carries, 78 yards tonight. The rushing attack has been very impressive. 182 yards for Antoine Williams. And now they're going to go into victory formation with 35 seconds left. Williams just going to line up 12 yards off the ball, be that protector should a fumble occur. And a 2nd and 3, but that's kind of beside the point. As the quarterback Brown comes under center, kneels down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ball game. As Galen Brown finishes it out with a kneel down. And McClure North, a victory tonight in Farmington, 45-17. A tough homecoming opponent for these Knights, a Class 6 ball club ranked 9th in the state at that Class 6 level. And both of these teams now will come away from this ball game at 4-1 on the season. Luke and I will have your numbers and a little post-game commentary coming up on the other side of this 90-second pause right here on Super Talk 800 KREI.
Right now, not for you, it's not payday, but it can be. Through the end of September, all new customers of AAA Check Advance receive their first loan for free, no interest. Hi, I'm Cricket with AAA Check Advance in Farmington, and Jefferson County, see Jennifer in Crystal City. Good credit, bad credit, no worries. Approval takes only seconds. Come in or apply online at AAACheckadvance.com when you need cash now. That's AAA Check Advance in Farmington and Crystal City.
It's Sam Sism Ford Lincoln model year and closeout. Right now you can get 2011 Ford Fiestas, Focus, Fusion, Mustang, and Taurus at 2011 closeout prices. Plus, Sam Sism has SUVs and crossovers too, like Ford Escape, Explorer, and Edge. When you think Ford, think Sam Sism Ford Lincoln, the trusted name for Ford and Lincoln for nearly 75 years. That's Sam Sism Ford Lincoln off Highway 67 between Park Hills and Farmington.
Captain D's in Farmington announces their dozen butterfly shrimp meal with 2 sides and 2 hush puppies for $5.99. Plus, you'll get your choice of 4 different sauces like Southwest Chipotle, brown sugar bourbon, hickory barbecue, or orange glazed sweet chili. What are you waiting for? Get to Captain D's across from the Family Center on Highway 221 in Farmington. For food you just gotta have. That's Captain D's, Highway 221 in Farmington.
Well, 28-0 halftime score by McClure North, and Farmington scores 17 second-half points, and so plays them even up in the second half. The Knights actually outgained these McClure North Stars in the second half of play. The first half certainly dominated by the Stars, and when you're up by that much, you might not open the playbook as wide as you would otherwise, but we talked at the half, Luke, about Farmington coming back and, making it a second half that, you go out and win that second half. You might not win the game, but you go out and you play tough football. You try to win the second half and see what happens. I think Farmington did that, and Justin Boehm came on in relief of Chase Busenbark, who we hope is okay. Went out with an injury and guided that offense to some more production there.
Yeah, he sure did, and, you got to give the Farmington team credit for not quitting, not hanging their heads low, down 28 points in the first half. They come out. They played hard on defense, had a few played hard on special teams and on offense as well. Kyle Hartrup had a pretty big second half, really set up a lot of those scoring plays. And Justin Boehm did have a few interceptions there, but, at this point, he's just trying to make a play happen, and that's going to happen. You're not going to be as conservative whenever you're, really trying to get yourself back into a game.
Hartrup with 50 yards receiving on 3 catches, but his big contribution on the return, he had some nice return yardage for the Knights.
Absolutely.
Let's break down the numbers now. Farmington actually outgained McClure North at the second half. Farmington had a negative 4 yards in the first half, 233 in the second half, so 229 overall. McClure North's numbers more gaudy, 491 overall, 191 in the second half. McClure North led by Antoine Williams, 182 yards on the ground, couple of touchdowns for him. Did it on 20 carries. Keith Smith with 13 tries and 78 yards, and then Galen Brown, the quarterback, with 76 yards on 10 carries. Brown effective at the quarterback spot as well, 9 for 14 for 155 yards, and he had 3 touchdown passes. Peter Jackson, tremendous wide receiver, 4 grabs for 120, had a couple of scores there as well. For Farmington, Connor DeVault had 14 carries. He had the most carries, but only 31 yards for him tonight. And the stat line that probably looks the prettiest, Justin Boehm, he threw a couple of interceptions, but he did throw for 187 yards. And he was 15 for 19 on the Knights.
All of that coming in the second half, he really was a key in, scoring those 17 points for, 15 points. The 2 points came off safety defensively, but like I said, he was really key in rejuvenating that Farmington offense that was kind of stagnant in the first half.
Doug Warren leading the receiving corps, 5 catches, 75 yards, and then Evan Dunnell with 6 grabs and 57 yards. When we take a look at our Mega Sports Player of the Game, what do you think, huh?
Well, I like Kyle Hartrup. I like the effort he put in. You like Justin Boehm, and I think both those guys were probably, played really well, and Doug Warren also played well. But who do you want to go with?
I like let's go Hartrup with our special teams Player of the Game.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
And we'll go Boehm with our offensive Player of the Game. How about that? Is that fair?
I'll take that.
Good compromise, and then we'll pass it around a little bit. So Justin Boehm be our offensive Player of the Game, and we'll go with Kyle Hartrup with our special teams Player of the Game for his tremendous return yardage. We'll be back on the air next week as Farmington looks to improve to 5-1 after losing their first game of the year. They'll be at home against Poplar Bluff, and then at home against Jackson after that. McClure North improving to 4-1 on the year, and they will play Hazelwood East next week. Our thanks to Kathy Capias back at the studio. We invite you to stay tuned to all our regional radio stations for the End Zone program with Tom Lively. And for Luke Bell, I'm Chad Speaker. Hope your home team did well tonight. Now I'm going to go join mine.
Pitch, swing and a miss. He get swinging. And Mack holds on to win it.
Touchdown, St. Louis Rams. High fly ball, right field, back to the track, the wall, and it is gone.
This has been a presentation of Regional Radio Sports.